Shadow work too in the building. Ah man, it's do not disturb at all. Okay. Yizzo, Supreme, my people. Supreme, Shadow Work 2 in the building. And all topics are on the building. All topics are on the table, not just shadow work. Not just shadow work, my people. But all topics on the table though. But I definitely got to get into this shadow work. And let me just say this to the people that rather be 10 fingers down instead of just calling in, instead of you want to use trigger words, supreme to all, supreme to all. Let me just tell you something. It shows the type of coward who you truly are. And I want people to understand something that says to Kala, why sometimes you give these entities your energy. That's like saying, why is the sun rising and giving energy to the complex cell organism? Hmm? What type of energy is Kala giving them? Am I giving them self doubt? If I'm giving them self hate? Hmm? Or if I'm giving them the light? Which one is it? I'm the only YouTuber or the only probably social media platform that videos circulate through through social media the way that it does. And not only that, how much I have predicted, or I don't want to say predicted, of how much I was able to see the things that are happening right now many years ago, 7 years ago, 6 years ago, 5 years ago, everything that's happening right now. Not once have I called myself a teacher, a prophet, nothing. A messenger, a reminder. All of us are reminders to each other. It's not one particular bloodline. We all have this universal bloodline. Understand and overstand that. So the other day I was having a conversation with an amazing sister on the line. I want to say she was amazing, and I'm grateful for the conversation. And during that conversation, in that time, she was trying to tell me that I was more so looking outwardly instead of going inwardly. And I'm literally listen, and I'm not. I'm saying to myself as she's saying this, how are you not able to comprehend what I'm talking about? I'm not going outwardly to look inwardly. You see what I'm saying to you? I'm actually going inwardly. I am looking at information, knowledge that people have taken from us by dissecting us and giving names to parts of our organs, but they cannot change the functionality of our organs. The soul programs the cells, the programs the body. The soul programs the body. You are the soul. I know this already. I've been saying this for the longest. You are the soul that is encapsulated inside of this physical body. So now, if the soul is programming the body, neuromelanin is programming your cells, right? Did you go off of past experiences, not just in this lifetime, but eons of lifetime of going through different changes and tribulations on different realms, more importantly in this realm, to know how to handle and conduct yourself. This is not coming from someone outside of you. This is coming from directly within you. You are your own creator and your own source. You are the only thing that separate us from each other, no matter what realm it's on, even the planets and even the sun and even nature. The only thing that separates us is knowledge of self. The more knowledge you have of self, the more you're able to unlock different parts of your brain that allow you to do supernatural things. One of the things that you're able to do that is supernatural is see far. That's the main thing, that you can see beyond the physical realm. So this is why the letter, if you anyone ever heard the Rockefeller letter, it's been circling on the internet, and I did a video on this many sunrises ago. The Rockefeller letter says we have to stay on top of them. We have to give them food, and they not know that it's drugs, because they can see far. They can see far. So if I'm learning, if I read in a book that says that you have six major parts of your brain, and the most important part of your brain is your frontal lobe and prefrontal lobe, because that deals with a higher level of consciousness, that deal with delayed gratification, that deals with creativity beyond this realm. The only way that I'm able to master that at its best is I know its functionality. For example, let me give an example. If you was to get a brand new BMW, a brand new Mercedes right now, I'm talking about a brand new one, electrical and gas, and you was just to get in the car. You ever see somebody get in the car that don't have a key to stick into the ignition, and they sitting around and looking around like, what do I do? Like, what I got to do? You go push the button, and they be like, no, you can't just push the button. You got to step on the brake. You got to push the button. You know, in certain cars, Mercedes, BMWs, you know that the handle that changed the gears, they're in different parts of the car. You know, some of them now you turn, you step on the brake and you got to turn. This ain't no more push this thing in the side and then pull it down, or pull a handle down. This is an upgrade. So the way that the way you're going to get the best use out of your vehicle is know how every part of the vehicle works, especially its subcortical parts. You know, you got heated seats, you know how you got a CD changer, you know, you got Bluetooth, you know that you can, you know, you got a rear view mirror, you got sensors on the outside of your vehicle now. And if you don't know how they are working, guess what? You're just going to be driving around like, damn, I got a new vehicle, but I don't know how it works. But somebody else is telling you, hey, you can't do that in your car. You be like, well, damn, the whole time you're telling me that I don't have heated seats, or I don't have rear sensors on my vehicle to let me know that someone is behind me. I don't have that. You're telling me I don't have that because you don't have that. Your vehicle is not like that. So you're telling me my vehicle is not like that. You see what I'm saying to you? Because you're telling me my vehicle is like not like that because through your science books, your vehicle is not like that. But then someone else come along that writes a science book that studies the same branch of science that this individual is studying, and says, wait a minute, certain vehicles may not have sensors on the back of their car or a rear view camera, and then certain people do have sensors on the back of their car in a rear view camera. So that's where you start to study and say, well, hold on, well, let me see this. Why would this person say that? And then you will go into you and you will be able to research and study more. Like, for example, let's go with autotroph versus heterotroph. Now, autotroph, auto means self, troph means feed, self feeders. Plants and trees are self feeders. Oh, whoa, 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 hold on. Bear with me for 1 second. Hold on for 1 second. Trees and plants are self feeders. They don't feed off no other living organism on the planet, but yet they feed everyone else. Now, how is it a tree? How is it a tree can literally go from a seed and grow as the roots are strong and the base of the tree is so thick and so strong that it grows so tall and vibrant, but it ain't eating anything that you can see? That's where autotroph come in. That's where invisible carbon dioxide. That's where invisible matter comes into play. That's where what you call taking a molecule out of the removing a molecule from the water and converting that into sugar, which is glucose, which is energy. That is the number one thing that we need is energy and mass and matter in order for us to physically grow on this realm. So now when you go to sit there and be like, okay, well, if trees can do that, and then you look at the blacks and you look at so-called black people genetic makeup, you say, well, how do our hair grow? Like a tree towards the sun. You cut our hair low, you see a spiral. You see a spiral in our head. You cut a tree, you see a spiral inside the tree. Whoa. So now if I would switch my iron and magnesium with the tree would do what I would do, and I would do what the tree do. This is why we shouldn't have a whole bunch of iron in our body. In fact, I believe we shouldn't have any iron. That's why more people on this planet is, more importantly us, is magnesium deficient versus iron deficiency. So they try to get you to put iron in your body all day, but you're actually magnesium deficiency. And if you were to try to put organic magnesium in your body, see how everything starts to function. So let me get on this call right here. Peace, appreciation, and value. Live with Kalai. Go ahead, state your name, city, and state. What you calling about? Shadow work, Russia, Ukraine, Iran, the American dollar, Kamala Harris, Donald Trump. All this shit is on the table. Climate change. What's on your soul?
I'm Ted, man. I'm from Tennessee.
What's going on, brother?
I guess really the main thing I wanted to ask about. I've been on lately. I've been on the Gnostic race. The Gnostic teachings, and I'm now learning that really basically this is a flawed world. And I just wanted to know your opinion on that.
Let me ask you a question, brother. Let me first of all, let me ask you a question. It's
All right,
it's almost 8 billion people on this planet. Do
right.
is all 8 billion people the same?
Nope.
Okay, well, what separates the 8 billion people on the planet?
Uh, I would say our bodies, right?
I don't want you to guess, bro. This is the difference. See, listen, let me just give you this, my brother.
All right.
Let me just let you know something. This is where I say that there is a difference from believing and knowing. When you know, nobody can manipulate you. When you believe, you can be manipulated. So we don't do with guessing. If you're doing with guessing, brother, I would suggest that you do a little bit more stronger research. And more importantly, I would tell you to start with anatomy. Because when you deal with anatomy, there is no more guessing. So now let's start with this again, my brother.
Okay.
We got 7.9, almost 8 billion people on the planet. What separates the 8 billion people on this planet?
I'm I'm not sure.
Our genetics, brother. Just like what separates nature. Nature is separated by their genetics. Just because a fly have wings on its back and a mosquito has wings on its back and a honeybee have wings on their back, they're not the same. What makes them different is their DNA, their genetic makeup. So, with that being said, right?
That stacks the atoms together, right?
I'm sorry.
That what makes us different is what stacks our atoms together. How our atoms stack up, right?
That what makes who?
I'm saying, but basically what you're saying is what makes us different is the different way we are all atoms. So what makes us different? The different way our atoms are stacked up.
No, no, it's it's not the way our atoms are stacked up. It's the way our genetics. Do you have a computer in front of you, my brother?
I got my phone.
Okay, so when you put in your phone right now, you can Google right now humans and animal DNA. You can search that up. Humans that share animal DNA. So when you pull up humans that share animal DNA, you're not going to see none of us in those images. No so-called black person is in those images. Not one. So now when you pull that up, you're going to see chimpanzee, you're going to see, well, let's just say monkey, because there are several different types of monkey that were used. There are one, two, three, at least four different types of monkeys that were used. Then you have monkeys, you have fruit flies, you have worms, you have zebrafish. 80% of sexual diseases are stemmed through fish. That's why they get our sisters hooked on seafood. And then when they seafood, crabs, lobsters, and when they eat those stuff, they have very bad menstrual cycles and cramps and they start to look dark. But anyway, keep moving forward. When you look at that, you're going to see when you see those different animals, you have to also ask yourself, because the number one rule in nature is that to no two different species will sexually reproduce with one another. So how did 5.7 or almost 5.9 billion people get here on the planet?
You asking me that, right?
Right. That would be the question that I would ask myself when I say, if these animals can't sexually reproduce with one another, how did these people get this animal DNA inside of them? Where did they come from?
Oh, that is a good question.
So before you learn anything else, my brother, before you learn anything else, the number one thing that I will learn is our differences with one another. And once you learn your differences with one another, now you know how to conduct yourself, you know how to act, and you learn how to move better.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So learning what a tribe did in one era, learning what the Dogon people did, learning what the Aztec people did is not going to be conducive to what's happening right now, because those people did what they needed to do in the time and the era that they were in. It's about this time and this era and what we need to do as a species.
Right. So the Gnostics and all that, like that's not really. It's cool to know, but it's not really important.
Yeah, why? What would be the purpose? How is that going to stop? Once you start to learn that we are a different species, now you start to realize that the language that we are speaking, aka English, it's a primitive low frequency language, meaning that it's really us. It's like a retarded language. It's a slow language. And that language was created because these people could not access the frontal lobe, the prefrontal lobe. Their brain only grows to a certain aspect. So these people couldn't learn the languages that we originally spoke. And our first language was telepathy. But then when we started to fall, we were speaking other languages. And they could not grasp those languages. So that's why they had to break our tongue. So now you ask yourself, one, I'm speaking a language that's putting hemorrhages, blockages on your brain. The language you speak also deals with the creativity and the development of your brain. So the language we speak, the foods that we eat, the environment that we are in, everything deals with attacking your brain. So now that I'm sitting back realizing that, wait a minute, I am genetically different from these people. These people are literally keeping certain foods in my environment, and also in my environment, in my community, and forcing certain things so that way I can be addicted to these foods so they can slow down the growth and development of my brain. That would be more important than me learning what the Aztec and the Dogon people and other all ancient people did. Because if you go back in history, and if you really look at these tribes, all of the tribes revered and spoke about the divine connection through via the sun.
The sun. Okay. I get this. Basically, you're telling me to learn about me first.
There you go, brother. That's it. That's
Right.
it.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
there you go. Simple. That is it. Learn how your vehicle operate. And when you learn how your vehicle operate, now you can manifest your reality way better than somebody else. You will realize once you realize how you work, you will start to see that you are manifesting someone else's vision, and you're not walking in your purpose.
Right. Right. I get that. I get that. I actually get that.
There you go, my brother. This is
I,
this is what I've been speaking about for the longest. Learning how you work. This is why it's so important. If you look at this world, right? I just want you to just this if you look at the world, everything in this world is to keep so-called black people depressed. It's to keep you in anxiety, keep you in depression, keep you in high neuroticism. You know why? Because they constantly showing you negativity, constantly showing you death, constantly showing you low frequency things to put you and your species, to have you and your race at the bottom. Even religion, everything is to constantly show you, to have you in a depressed state.
right. Because we really the match.
You really the who?
We like us black people. We really the match.
Absolutely. We are the creators.
Right. 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 I get that. I get that. I get that. Okay, I will take that in, like as in basically I need to learn about me and anatomy and the body because my body is Earth.
Your body is the universe. Your body is not the
Right.
earth. They want you to tell you that your body is the universe that created everything here on earth.
Right. Okay. Okay. I get it. I really get it. My research I scramble. Like I'm here to there to there. Like I've been learning about the Gnostics. Then I'm over here learning about my body. Then I'm over here learning about languages. It's crazy. Like I just kind of like got into it. I've been into it for like since 2019, I think. But it's been a while. I've been in and out of jail, bro, trying to, how that goes. So that's off topic though. But I thank you, man. I needed that. What I got from this was the most important thing I need to learn is myself.
That's it, my brother. That's it.
Okay, I got another question, right?
Go ahead, brother.
If we are the soul, then what does our mind come in at? Are we the mind too?
You're okay. You have a subconscious mind, which is your soul, and you have your conscious mind, which is your okay. You have one, two, three. You have three brains in your body. Even they're going to say a fourth brain because they talk about the calf muscles as well. But your stomach look like a half a brain. You have the cerebellum, which is they call a miniature brain that sits at the top of the 33 vertebrae. And then you have the major part of your brain, which is your frontal, your prefrontal, and your frontal lobe of your brain. That deals with a higher level of consciousness. What happens is your subconscious mind is your soul that programs the body. Your stomach is your physical mind. Your physical mind. That is where your stomach, because you get a lot of your urges, things that you want to do, come from your gut. Conscious mind is going to say not good for you to do because that's you talking to you. But what happens is we cut off our subconscious mind so much by the things that we're ingesting through eyes, ears, and mouth that we listen to our stomach all day long. As soon as the stomach's like, for example, your stomach growl, oh, I'm hungry. No, you're not hungry. That's parasites leaving your body, but you're going to feed the parasites so it doesn't leave your body. See? Oh
Right.
yeah, that is you have it's no separation. So people want to make it seem like there is somebody outside of you that is telling you what to do. Yeah, there is. In this third dimension, when you're not in tune and you don't know who you are, absolutely, there is someone out here telling you. That's why it's so important. For example, you could be sitting there watching TV and you can look at a commercial to talk about some Doritos or some Lay's chips or a sandwich, and all of a sudden now you're hungry because somebody's telling you what to do. That's all it is. That's because you're
Right.
not listening to you.
It's an influence.
Bingo. Once you start to eat healthy, once you start to starve the parasites in your body, once you start to see what's happening is people are eating healthy, they're starving the parasites in their body, their brain, because of the energy that is coming into the planet, is hitting the dormant part of the dormant part of their brain. And now they're saying, well, I'm getting downloads and I'm getting people talking to me in my head, and I'm getting these higher messages. These higher messages always been in you. We have been through this a gazillion times over and over and over before. So if you've been through this so many times, and neuromelanin and crystals hold information, this is you telling you from past experiences and higher and it's past experiences that, hey, you did this already, don't do that again. You did this already, don't do that again. You did this already, don't do this again. But people don't want to take accountability, and they want to give everything to somebody else. I went out to the trees and the trees told me not to do this. I went out to the fucking bees and the bees told me not to do this. No, they didn't. The trees and the bees are minding their motherfucking business and taking care of themselves and say, hey, how you doing? And they appreciate your company and you appreciate their company when you're vibing on a high frequency. That is what happens. Other than that, nobody fucking, because when we were getting enslaved and getting our ass whipped and we was getting raped and abused, how many bees came to our rescue? How many fucking trees came over to our rescue? How many fucking animals in nature came over and started killing these people and telling them to stop doing it? Because you know why? Nature said they can handle their own motherfucking business, and nature said we minding our own business and taking care of ourselves. That is what's happening. But we're looking for somebody to come out and do it for us instead of us doing it for ourselves.
Right. That's real, bro. I get that. I really get that. And then my last question is: so our subconscious and our soul is the same thing, basically.
Yes, your subconscious, all right, your subconscious mind is your body. I was your subconscious mind and your body, but your soul is the controller of your seat. So for example, give me 1 second. I don't know what's going on. Look like YouTube was giving me a bad connection. But your subconscious mind is supposed to alert you when there is certain frequencies around you, like danger, or there are certain things that around you, like far as when it's time for you to eat, you're running low on certain things. Nutrition, that is what your subconscious mind is supposed to do. Your subconscious mind is not supposed to take over your fucking vehicle and say, yo, it's time to go rob a nigga, it's time to go kill a nigga, it's time to go just go get some to go out and just do low vibrational shit. And that's what a lot of people's subconscious mind is. I mean, excuse me, not their subconscious, their conscious mind is doing. Like, for example, and this is no disrespect to women, but your conscious mind, when you ever talk to a woman that got weave in her hair, she got long eyelashes, and she got her body done. If you ever talk to her straightforward and speak to her from a angelic, benevolent point of view, she will sit there and she will listen to you, and you will look at her eye. Even a guy, you will look at her eyes and her eyes will be blinking, and she'll be sitting going back and forth, and she'd be like, yeah, that sounds good. It sounds like it's true, but I'm still going to do me. See? Because they know already when you're talking to someone's soul versus talking to their physical vessel is two different things. You're going to get two different type of reactions. That's why children today are having a disconnect with their elders, because elders are still talking to the physical vessel and not talking to the soul. There will be no more trigger words, whereas though that you're going to use a trigger word to talk to the soul, to where as though that you can reach the vessel. There is no more of that. That's not happening no more. Like, go to school and get your education so that way that you can be a good person in life and be productive in life. No, you're talking to my physical vessel. You're not talking to my soul, telling me that earth is a school and I'm learning on school, and there's a group of people on here that is trying to keep you from learning and usurping your energy in your genetics, so that way that their creator can find a way to get out of this realm. No, 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 that's not happening no more. This is why they said when Jesus returned, he come to set variance, mother against daughter, father against son, the elders against the youth, because he come to set variance, because there is no more lying, there is no more capitulating, there is no more surrendering our soul for materialistic gain.
Right. Hold on. My bad.
No, it's all good, my brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate the call, though, man. Thank you. I very appreciate it, my brother. I'm gonna see if someone else want to come up on here.
Yeah, I appreciate that too, man. Thank you, man, for the knowledge, man. You really taught me something.
No doubt, mother. Each one reach one. This is how we grow, brother. This is how we supposed to remind each other of our greatness. And me reminding you of our greatness is not pointing to a tribe that pointing to a tribe from many years ago that did what they needed to do at that time. And more importantly, half of these ancestors I wouldn't want to fuck with anyway, because if niggas did what they were supposed to do 2,000 years ago, we wouldn't be in the situation we in the fuck right now. So I don't want to hear that shit. Most of them niggas that died and went to fuck to their grave, fuck them motherfuckers. For real, for real.
Hey, that's real, bro. I never heard of it like that, but it make a lot of sense. If y'all was doing back then, this shit would be right now.
Exactly. Call on my ancestors. Man, fuck them motherfuckers. I don't know who the fuck them niggas was. Them niggas is cowards, without my motherfucking opinion. Fuck you.
Yeah, really more powerful than we
coward. My grandmother was a coward. I gotta be real. My grandmother, her fight was taken out of her. It's just being real. My grandmother was a coward. My grandmother told me to go to school and behave and listen to these people and don't cause them no problems. That's what my grandmother told me. That's how she was raising me. My grandmother was a coward. That doesn't mean that I don't value and appreciate her. She was a fucking coward, though. We gotta
Yeah.
be real. My grandfather was a coward too. He'd rather drink corn liquor and fucking chase women and think and be proud that he got a couple slave masters in his pocket. Man, get the fuck out of here. These people are cowards, man.
Right.
We gotta be real. We gotta be able to separate ourselves from the weak. And the most importantly, we gotta look at ourselves before we look at anybody else.
Right. That's real, bro. That's real. Hey, the truth hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Appreciate you, my
I
brother.
appreciate that, man. You really taught me a lot today. I was meditating on that and thinking, man.
Abundance, my brother. I appreciate you as well, man. You have an amazing day.
Yeah, but hey, I can. Well, I was gonna say shit. I can call you another time.
You already know, bro. You can do that.
For sure. Reflection. All right.
Reflection, brother. Peace.
Bye.
Yeah, I got a whole different outlook on life. I done told y'all, man, this shit is totally different. We can't we sacrifice the next generation out of the love for the previous generation. Crazy as shit. You don't even get it. We're sacrificing the future generation for the past generation. Are you serious? Who you see going door to door talking about get ready to vote? Huh? You don't see no young people doing that shit. And if you do, you see the young person standing in the background looking all sad because they feel like that's some shit that they supposed to do out of love for my grandmother, out of love for my parents, out of love. They raised me. Oh, they raised me. Oh, they raised me. Really? Get the fuck out of here. We be on some real weird shit, man. I'm telling you. See, and this is the problem. People don't like that type of talk, but it's true. Peace, appreciation, and value. Live with Collide. State your name, city, and state where you calling from.
My name is Jalen. I'm calling from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Your name is Jalen?
Yeah, Jalen. I'm calling from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
What's going on, Jalen? What's on your soul? Climate change, shadow work, Russia, Ukraine, Taiwan, political realm. Talk to me. What's going on?
Let's see. I'm kind of going to change it a little bit in a different direction. I spoke with you a couple times on live before. But what I wanted to talk about was this war in the heavens versus the war in the mind that you speak about a lot.
Okay.
So I get what you're saying about the war that they're talking about, the war in the heavens in your mind, but I kind of think it was actual a physical war too. The reason that I say that is because the videos I've been watching you post back then when the Andromeda message, I believe, right? It even talked about it that we was enslaved. So that video like kind of brought me to like, maybe was there really a war in the heavens? Because I remember a specific part in the video where he said that we was once a part of the Galactic Confederation, I think it said. So it's like, was there actually a war in the heavens, or is it just the mind? Because I think it's actually both, but I know you say it's the mind a lot, but yeah, like when he said it was, and also another part in the video where he said it was like,
before you get to the next part, let's deal with one part so that way you don't jump all over the place. Now, when he said your enslavement has been orchestrated by the draconian race. Your enslavement has been orchestrated by the draconian race, a race that many of you believe that is native to your planet. It is not. Now, he never mentioned that he said all entrances and exits have been sealed off to this realm. Now hold on. If there is truly a war in the heavens, how could they seal? When they say shit been sealed off, that means you can't get out. So who's that powerful above you that can seal all exits and entrances to this planet?
Right.
So how could if for example, American can't go right now into China and shut them down because China can fight them the fuck back. See, you can't go in there and seal and do China like you did Iraq. You can't go over there and do Russia like you did Iraq and Afghanistan. See?
Right.
So that tells you, that's when you know that that's a war. When there is a 50-50 chance that either party could win. There is no 50-50 chance when he say that all entrances and exits have been sealed off to this planet. He said he also let me just say this point. He also said negotiation of surrender with the draconian species have failed. He said that he said our arrival will be signaled by one planetary event, the extermination and elimination of all planetary governments. Did not say that?
Yeah, he said that.
So when somebody speak like that, that don't sound like a war in the heavens. That sound like some bullshit went on in this realm, and we letting this shit go down, and then we gonna come down here and shut this shit down when it's enough.
Okay, so the part I have is like it's confusing me.
Go ahead.
Because yes, like you said, who can be above us to shut down the exits? But also he said that we was enslaved by the draconian race. But he also said in the same message that it's going to be 350 other planets joining when they come back to free us. So like, how can I not be a war in the heavens if they need 350 other planets to come in this war to, you know? How can I not be an enslavement? Like, how can we be in control of our own enslavement? Basically, is what I'm trying to say. So like, I know a lot of people say we volunteering this, but how can that be true when we was born into this? And it's like we need other planets to come help us get out of this.
No, you don't need anybody else to come and help you get out of anything.
Andromeda message said they having 350 planets join in on this war. That's why I'm trying to decipher that. Like, why do we need help? You don't
need help to not practice self degradation. You don't need help to stop practicing self destruction. You don't need that. That part of that message is just to say that you're coming home and all of your family members and all the solar system, everybody is coming together as one. And in the process of them coming together, this planet will be shut down, and those that think that they were in those that think they were in control will be shut down. That doesn't mean that we need help. That means we are all joining together as one. That don't mean that we need help. Nah.
Okay.
Help. We don't need help to stop this. We don't need help to stop this. Then the revealing wouldn't take place first. Through the revealing is going to take place first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But now you also didn't talk about that message from 1977 either. You talk about that Andromeda message, but you're not speaking about that other message that was left as well. That message is more important. That both messages important, but the message that the 1977 message is way more important than that message there.
Oh, when he talks about to know yourself and
No. Hold on. It's not even just about know yourself. I went over that message many a times, and you went directly to the Andromeda message. Because you are still programmed to believe that there is a war, but you didn't go over to that age. You didn't go over to that message from 1977. Why didn't you speak about that? Did you know about? Did you? I'm quite sure you heard that message, right?
Yeah, I heard both of them.
Okay, so why don't you speak about that message?
Okay, which part did you want me to elaborate on?
Right.
I thought the reason why I spoke about the Andromeda message is because we talk about enslavement a lot and capitulating to something that we technically do capitulate to, but it's also not our fault either. Like, we don't have control over certain things.
Like what? Tell me what we don't have control over.
Like, everybody was born into this world, born confused about not knowing. Like, we all knew there was something wrong, but we didn't know exactly what it was. Like, we kind of forced them, born into this, like money. We didn't choose to create the money system. It was already here before we got here. So we
Pause. How old are you, brother? Listen, I know you're much older than the age that you're going to give me. But how old are you in this 3D realm? How old? You're
25.
You're 25. Okay, let me ask you a question. Was black people enslaved?
Yes.
Okay, so now let me ask you a question. Would you trust someone to give you an education, an economic system, a political system, and a justice system that raped, abused, and mutilated you and hung you from trees and did experimentations on you?
Oh, no.
Okay, then. So what do you mean, brother? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Take accountability. We got to take accountability. Come on.
I mean, it was kind of forced on us though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on for 1 second. Wait a second, brother. Hold on for 1 second. You have a girlfriend. You find out your girlfriend slept and cheated on you. Do you still deal with your girlfriend?
Me personally, no, I wouldn't.
Oh, okay, no. Wait a second. You wouldn't, right? So why are we making excuses on why we joined the system that was built off of our genocide?
Okay, because look, say if we didn't go to school, of course they'll call CPS and the police gonna be in our door. Like now, say if we had no protection, we have no guns, no nothing, and it's like 10 cops waiting outside to take your kid, and you try to stop that, they're gonna shoot us dead. Like I didn't want that to happen. They did it on their own.
Okay.
Now I gotta lose my life protecting my child.
Well, hold on for 1 second. Show me an animal. Show me any natural animal in nature that cares about someone else's life when it comes down to the protection of their child, or even their own life.
Yeah, they're gonna come to their kid rescue.
No matter what no matter what the opposition is holding over their heads, right?
Yes.
Okay, then. So again, it's a choice, brother. Because 10,000 black people was to get together and to support and say, we're not going where in this community, we're not taking our children to your school. You're not coming in this community, locking up nobody no more. We don't need your police officers. We don't want your Chinese stores. We don't want your food. We don't want none of that shit. And we are all willing to transcend in the name of righteousness. Exactly. What will happen? What happened?
This whole system will stop.
Oh, okay. Right. That's a choice. So if we can come together, just like we can call Turtle, Black, Lil Ray Ray on the motherfucking phone when somebody bump our car or somebody talk some shit across the street, somebody steal some drugs or somebody come up short with some money and we can go gang bang, then we can gang bang for our youth.
And that you're correct about that. So yeah, like if we had 10,000 people to join together, like the so-called black people, but most likely like that's not going to happen in this day and age right now. So like, say if one person, the so-called black community, try to stand up, we got 10,000 other ones to sitting back and watching. So it's easier to take our kids. So
no, that's when you come into learning knowledge of self. And learning how to combat and deal with the individuals that are trying to challenge you for your child. So for example, if me had a child protective service is not going to show up to my door and tell me about the education system. Not going to come in here and tell me about that I need to bring my child to the medical system, because I am going to learn. I'm not learning their laws. I am going to be asking questions that they're not going to want to have me in front of a judge for. They're not going to have me in court for. See what I'm saying to you? They don't want to draw attention. Black people are sitting back and saying, why are you taking my child? They're not saying you are a genetically different species than me. How are you going to medically evaluate me when we're not even the same? And more importantly, your medical system was created off the abuse and the genocide of me. Where did you come from? They don't want that to circulate through the internet. They do not want that. So just sometimes one black family may just have to be sacrificed in order to get the message across to other black people. Point blank and simple. And one of our families have to step up to the plate. If I had children, I would be the first one stepping up to the plate.
Okay. I see. And so one more thing. So what do you suggest I do? Like say if I do have a kid like a star seed, and I don't want to take them to the school and get indoctrinated. So and they did call up police and 10 police show up. I don't want to just hand over my star seed.
Your kid is not
have my star seed in their custody. But if I do fight back, they might look at me as a threat and kill me anyway. And my star seed.
You already did, bro.
Well,
hold on. You already did when you believe that you die. So let's just start with that. You already did when you believe you die, and more importantly, you already did when you sacrifice your children because you're afraid to die. So let's just start with that. Now, your child going to school is not going to necessarily mean your child is going to be indoctrinated. You have to give your child the right tools if there is necessary for them to go to their schools. Because I would send my child, why I would send my child to their schools? Because guess what my child is going to do? Influence other children. And my child is going to question the teacher. My child is going to my child is going to cause my child is not going to go to school and play Drake and Kendrick Lamar and all that other bullshit. My child is going to go into school and take over the classroom, take over the whole facility, and be like, "Yo, hold up, do y'all know about this? Do y'all know about this? Do y'all know that these people are not even naturally humans? Do y'all know where the education system come from? Do y'all see these are the things that I'm going to be empowering my child from the very beginning?" So black people are making excuses on why. Oh, I don't want to send my kid to their school because, or I send them if they don't go to their school, then they're going to be misindoctrinated. Yeah, because you're not teaching your child and empowering your child at home. So if you're not empowering them at home, of course they're going to be easily influenced when they leave out of your home.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, I see. So. Okay, I see what you're saying. I'm just still trying to wrap my head around, like, you know, the other things, you know. But
so let me say this to you. For example, so if they tell me, all right, you got to bring your child into the doctors to get examined after your child is born. Cool, we're gonna go in there. We're gonna go in there. Me, the mother of my child, and my child, we're gonna go in there. You want to look at my child? Cool. You're not drawing no blood from my child. You're not putting my child underneath any type of fucking examination machines where they're gonna be taking scans of the brain, the liver, the heart, the kidney. You're not doing any of that. You want to look at my child because you want to make it seem like you're a better parent to children than I am. But the whole time while I'm in there, while we're in there talking, I'm going to be asking questions and talking to them in a manner that reminds them that they are a genetic mutation of a species and that they built a medical system off of the brutality of my people. And your medical system is only thriving because my people are being poisoned, are literally
right.
being poisoned by your people. And when when you walk in there and you do that, guess what's going to happen? You don't need to come back in here because you know what you start to do? You start to empower other black people that are walking in there and they're listening to you and they're hearing. And guess what the complex cell don't want to hear? Truth. They don't mind hearing violence. They don't want to hear truth. Truth make them shake. It makes them sweat. It makes them it makes them it makes them nervous. You being violent don't make them nervous. It might make their women nervous, but you being educated, you being not self-educated and knowing medical terminology, not legal terminology, medical terminology hurts them deeply.
Right.
So every time I go in there, they will be like, "Oh no, you know what? You don't have to bring your kid in here no more." All right, you fucking right, I don't.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah, because I wouldn't want to go in there and, like, you know, do that stuff either. Because, you know, like, I don't know if, like, when you go to, like, the doctor's office, like, I don't know if they lie to you about, like, certain things. Like, cause I know you say when you ask them questions, they have to give you the truth. But, like, you know, I still don't trust it like that, you know, because I'm still learning myself.
But before you have a child, that's why before you have a child, this is my suggestion to you. Before you get a woman pregnant, make sure you know the anatomy. Make sure you understand anatomy. Make sure you understand neurology, biology, chemistry. Because the first thing, as the doctor is standing there, whether it's male or female, and I know that they're not me, the first thing that I would say, doctor, you know that your skin is not necessarily carbonated skin, it's porcelain skin. And you look at your hair follicles literally attract lice and other bugs in there. That's why you have to constantly wash. You have a different type of melanin, and that melanin has you smelling, releasing what you call sulfur. When they start to heat up and get heated from the inside and start sweating, that phenol smell is sulfur that's coming. It's ammonia that's coming off of them. So again, you know, when you're talking like that to them, and this is something they know. When you're talking like that to them, they don't want to be around you.
Right, right. And one last question, brother. I know you used to talk about why the bottom of our hands and our feet are white. Why is that? I meant to ask you this a while ago.
I'm gonna tell you to look that up. I'm gonna tell you your hands and feet are energy signatures.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna leave it with that. They pull in
Okay.
energy. You got to do some research, bro. The one thing that I'm gonna tell you, you heard me speak about these things, and you haven't done the research and found out those things, bro. Then that's a default on your end, bro. You're not
I
preparing yourself for this world. You're not preparing yourself for ascension.
I try. I just don't understand they terminology, and I tried, and it don't really give me any answers. That's why I thought you knew. So like, that's
Well,
why I just
well. Wait
asked
a
you.
minute. How is it that? How do you mean you don't understand the terminology? Because guess what? When you look up a word, when you look up a medical word, they give you definitions, repeatedly definitions of that terminology, brother.
Well,
So
when I looked up like why is our hands in bitter or white at the bottom, it don't really give me a clear answer. I'm looking for a clear answer, and they don't really give that to me. And so it's like when I'm searching and searching, I still can't find the real answer. But
the matrix can't tell you who you are. It's not. It's the rules. They can't tell you who you are. So what I would look up is I would say what portion of our bodies pull. Okay, you have a human biofield, right? When you look at a battery, right?
yep.
When you look at a battery, you look at the top of the battery and look at the bottom of the battery. Don't you see that the top is like a lighter color and the bottom of the battery is a lighter color?
Yeah.
Right, because those are where the energy are pulled into, and it's pulled into the core, and which is your stomach. Your hands and
Okay.
feet are energy signatures. These energy. That's why I don't. That's why it's not good for women to allow for women to be hugging on different men all the time. It's not good for us to be touching us each other because you don't know what energy is being passed off to you. No, it's not
Okay.
good. They are energy signatures that pull in energy from the sun, and they pull in ionized particles that release tension, inflammation inside of the body. So if you wanted
Okay.
to talk to a tree, I would touch the tree and talk to the tree. You wanted to talk to a plant, I would touch the plant and talk to the plant.
Okay. Okay. Valid. Valid. Okay, my brother. Yeah, that's all I have for today, man.
All right, no problem, my brother. I appreciate you, man. You have an amazing rest of your day.
All right. Thank you. You too.
Abundance, peace.
All right. Abundance.
Listen, people asking me, can you call in? Yeah, you can call in. If you call in and I answer the phone, then and the line is able for me to answer, then I'm gonna answer the phone. But if you asking me, I'm not gonna answer the phone while I'm on the phone with somebody. I'm not gonna do that. So you have to wait till I get off the phone. And let me do a little quick commercial break for the people that are always 10 fingers down and y'all always got, what I mean, you're only what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the comments off in the chat. When I go live again, I'm gonna start when I go live from here on out, because this is gonna mess you bots up. It's gonna mess you bots up, and it's gonna mess you animal DNA people that are upset, right? You hybrids. I'm gonna turn the chat off because I don't need the comments in the chat. Just so that you know, I'm gonna turn the chat off, and the only way you're going to be able to talk is you're gonna have to call in. That's the next thing that I'm going to do. Yep. So let me see if I can do it now. Let me see. Nah, I can't do it. I probably can't do it right now. But I'm going to turn the chat off. Why is my phone not allowing you? All right, hold on. Let me see something here. What the fuck is going on here? All right, hold on. I just got a call. Let me call this number back. Let me call this number back. I don't know why my phone. This phone be acting funny. They be cutting
Yo,
this joint.
abundance, brother.
Abundance, peace, appreciation, and value. What's on your mind? Say your name and state, city, your state.
All right, well, listen, New York City, right?
All right.
Number X. Also go by Red. I was calling to tell you, you on point, brother. I ain't heard nothing that I disagree with yet, really.
Mm-hmm.
Probably about the moon, but that's a whole nother subject.
Mm-hmm.
But you on point. Keep spreading the message, bro. And I hope the collective understand the message you relay, because it's the most important message right now at this very moment.
Respect, my brother. Our gratitude, man. I appreciate that, man. I really do. I really do. I appreciate that.
I'm gonna let the next callers come in.
No doubt. Abundance, reflection, brother.
So I
Peace.
go.
Man, that's what's up, man. That's real. That's real. I respect that. So listen, I see the. Trust me, I did it already on Instagram. I done made my account private over there on Instagram. It says screening. I don't know why. Listen, let me tell you this. I don't know why my phone is doing this. Peace, appreciation, and value. Live with Kala. State your name, city, and state where you're calling from.
Hey, Kalai, this is Kamana from Atlanta.
Your phone is very low.
Georgia.
Your phone is
Oh,
very. Your phone is very, very. Hold on, hold on.
can you hear me now? Is it better?
What is going? Hold on. Wow, I don't know what be going on with this phone. I've never had this problem with this phone. It's all types of stuff happening. All right, I can hear
Uh-oh.
you. I can hear you now. Go ahead, sister.
You can hear me now? Okay.
Yes.
Did you hear me say my name at all? Or
What you say your name was? I apologize.
sorry, no, it's Kamana from Atlanta.
Hello, Kamana.
Hey, how are you?
Um,
Okay, so I want to start off by saying that I think everybody knows we appreciate you for what you do on your platform. I did want to kind of have a little. I had a question for you because I heard some things you were saying earlier.
hmm
And this is, I want to also start off by saying I am not going against you. I'm trying to just get deeper understanding.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. I don't.
So,
Let me say
oh,
this too. I don't ever want anyone to think that you have a right to challenge anybody, that no matter what they say. And and I want people to challenge what I'm saying. I do, because it only going to do nothing but make me better. So I want you to
and I
understand that.
totally agree with that.
Yes.
But I only wanted to tell you that because we are a part of the same community and I don't want that to be misconstrued. You know what I'm saying?
I totally get it.
So, the first thing I wanted to say was, what is your idea on the martyr mentality? Because I heard you saying that, somebody has to step up and be willing to die in order to make things happen. And while I do somewhat agree with that, I also somewhat disagree because I feel like the martyr mentality is what actually keeps us in the cycle that we're in. Because from what I've read, right, we have different messiahs, right? And each time is always the messiah by himself standing up, and each time he gets killed, and each time we always go back and revert back to what happened before the messiah came along. So my question to you is, what is your idea on that? And like, can you just go deeper on what you mean by that? Because and not necessarily making too much noise, a little too quick, especially.
Right. I totally understand. So, we are already dead, and I'm gonna say that because the way that our children are being sacrificed psychologically on a day-to-day basis.
I
So
totally agree.
a lot of us think that we're so afraid of physical death that we're not even realizing the mental death that we are accepting and that we are capitulating to. So what I mean by someone has to actually step up and be willing to, it's not necessarily sacrifice themselves, but to show that I'm not afraid to lose my vessel for a greater cause. And
Okay.
right, that's the thing. We are afraid to lose our vessels. We're afraid to lose our friends, our loved ones. We are afraid to leave this world. Okay, there are a lot of people. The reason you'll hear a lot of people say, "Well, the reason why I got this because I didn't want to lose my job." See, once you are afraid to lose this, that means that you are subjugating yourself and your future generation. So
No, for sure.
right. So that's what I mean. I don't really mean us loading up guns and going to door to white
Well, nah,
people.
nah,
No, I
nah,
don't
nah.
mean none of that. That's the last
Yeah.
thing, because we don't have to fight these people like that, because that's what they want, because they are afraid of us having knowledge of self. Because once we have knowledge of self, we no longer question, are we from Africa? Are we from America? Are we, because they have us busy questioning who we are and where we from, and we don't have them question, and we're not questioning them. Where did they come from? How did they come in existence? And once
Okay.
if they can provide how they came, where they came from, how they came in existence, and why did they pull some of the most brutal, inhumane shit to us and created a world off of that, then therefore we should not be participating in this world. I should not be playing your
I agree.
I should not be playing your voters registration game. I should not be playing your political game. I should not be playing your economic game. I should
I
not have to
agree.
play that. And we are afraid of not playing the game because one, we don't want to look like an outcast to the people that are doing it and lose
Mhm.
loved ones and friends, and or we are afraid to lose the luxury that we so call or we believe that we have gained. So therefore, you'll see there is a lot of, and I don't want to say, but there is enough so-called black people on the planet that knows that we are completely and totally different from these species in the medical
Mhm.
field, but you do not see them speaking about that because they are afraid of losing the luxury in which they have obtained. And you can go as far as Kyrie Irving. The moment that he
Mhm.
posted a
Mhm.
video that black people are gods, what did he had to do? He had to go through counseling. He had to
Apologize.
apologize.
Mhm.
You know why? Because now I don't want to lose my luxury. I don't
Oh
want to
yeah, I for
lose
sure
my
know why. But
exactly. Go ahead.
but okay, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm finished.
Well, I with Kyrie Irving, right? I feel like with him, he been a target for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
he's kind of been on that energy for a while, and I feel like for him, it's more like we don't know what's going on. Like when you're a big name like Kyrie Irving, we don't really know what's going on. Now you are absolutely correct though, because like me, I've had to have calmed down my energy in order to not just go out screaming at niggas on the street,
Mm-hmm.
for them to get their shit together so we can get some shit going on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But for him, I do feel like, and that's why I say the martyr mentality is like a little destructive to the community. Like just going out and speaking out. Like I feel like it's more of a thing where we need to collect without speaking because we don't have enough of each other. We need to build community within whatever system that we're in. Now, while we are within this system, we need to be creating a way to get out, and we need to be creating a different system within the system before we can get out, in my humble opinion. But I just don't feel like speaking out by yourself is a smarter decision.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
well, yeah, I want to say this to you. You're speaking from a nurturing mother point of view. And most women are going to speak from that point of view because you know why? The first thing that a woman wants to do is to protect and nurture her children. So I would expect you to say that. But far as a man, I don't. That's not holding great. That don't hold any weight with me.
Okay. And I agree with you because I do believe that men, especially men like you who are very masculine, y'all are supposed to be doing what you're saying. But I'm also saying that we can't ignore the fact of the cycle that happens with that energy. Like it's literally biblical,
But
that cycle. And so is there a way to come to a common ground between that masculine energy, which is the action oriented, and the feminine energy, which is nurturing?
yes,
What's the common ground for that?
what I would say is this: is that with women, this is being honest, and
Tell me.
I want us to really look at this and think about this. When you look at when you speak about the brothers that spoke up and have been assassinated, right, or killed by these government people, right? Most of the people that have happened to were secretly usurping energy from black people, and not only they were secretly usurping energy from black people, they were also making deals with these people on the back end as well. So, and if
Okay, you have an example of what you're saying?
well, what I mean by, for example, let's take Dr. Martin Luther King, for example, right? And I got
Oh,
all
well,
respect, I got
okay,
all
yeah.
respect and value for Dr. King, right? Dr. King didn't empower his people. He
He did
empowered,
not.
he did not, because to empower your people is to enforce that every individual need to be strong-minded for themselves.
Staying segregated.
Exactly. So when you start to integrate our people with another group of people, and we say that we all love and we all have, now you are inviting the devil, you are inviting the dragon inside of your household, and once that happens, now you become a part of them. So therefore, the universe is not going to move in your favor. So when you're dealing with people that says, "Hey, listen, we're not going to deal with these people at all. We're going to raise our children and our families together, so that way we can be together. It's okay. See, we can beat the system. The problem is that it's too much individuality, and
Exactly. Agreed.
it's too much hatred amongst.
I
It's too much
totally agree with that
distance.
too.
I don't want to say hatred. It's too much distance between women. Women are in competition with women, and then it goes from women being in
Tell me about
competition.
it.
It goes
I don't
from
have no female friends,
right,
and I want some, but I don't have any because it's hard.
right. That's what it is. That's where it's at. Women is in competition with women, and now they're in competition with transgenders. Men are not in competition with one
Whoa.
another. We're not in competition with one another. We come in our
Wait a
competition.
minute.
Go ahead.
You, yeah, you know. Hold on. Now, I fuck with you till but I can't agree with that one because
Really?
niggas are in competition with each other. I see it every day. Like literally, whether it be business, whether it be with women, whether it be like, you know how many niggas kill each other over women alone?
Right.
Like
No,
there is definitely that competition there. What do you mean by
all
that?
right. Let me put it to you like this. Those are boys. We talk about men.
Oh,
We talking
okay.
about
Well,
we
then
talking about
never
men.
mind.
We talking
I
about
was
women.
just thinking when you
Right.
say man, I'm thinking penis.
No,
But
no, no, no.
you're right.
Those are
Okay.
boys. Those are boys.
Yes, you're right.
Even regardless if it's young girls, young-minded women, or I don't want to say a woman of wisdom, but if you look at our race, right, in America, what is the two things that separate or cause problems in our relationship? It's infidelity and it's
And
financial
money. Yeah.
Those are
Yeah.
the two things that causes problems in our relationship. And more than likely, the infidelity starts with what? The male. That's what happens. Now,
I disagree with that.
really,
I gotta disagree because women don't know how to cater to men. Honestly,
my point.
Like-
So she don't know how to cater to a man, and I'm sitting here dealing with you, and then I go outside and I sleep with another woman. Now that becomes a problem, right?
well, what I'm saying is the reason why I say it starts with a woman because I am a woman and I'm in a
Yes.
relationship.
Okay.
And I've not dealt with infidelity in my relationship, but
Mhm.
I've dealt with problems in my relationship
Mhm.
because of who I am and the things that I've had to heal.
Okay.
And women also, well, and I don't want to speak for all women.
Right.
So whoever's listening, please do not think I'm speaking for all women. I can't see myself right now because I was watching on my phone.
Mhm.
But women lack like accountability for their own actions, and they also tend to shut men down when they try to speak. So I don't really think men are the problem. I think men have given up on women because women have not shown, like, on a emotional level and on a level of understanding the masculine energy. I don't think women have studied the masculine energy enough. Because why do we constantly are getting in arguments and misunderstandings over natural masculine energy. Now, can a man control his energy? Absolutely. But we have to also consider that a lot of these men come from broken homes. Kalai, did you have your father?
No.
Boom. A lot of men come from broken homes. We have to consider, are you into astrology?
Yes.
Okay, so we have to consider natal charts. Do you know about sidereal astrology?
No.
Okay, so I would love for you to go and look up your sidereal chart. I feel like being who you are, you would probably resonate with that one more. But not to get caught off, like not to get into another topic, but
let me ask you a question, right? I
Absolutely.
just want to ask you a serious question, right?
Yes.
When I have met people that have grown up with their parents, and I have met people that have been raised in foster homes, and I have met people that have been raised by by their grandmother. And I have come to find out, and to be honest, and this is not a knock on most women, that the female that had been through that wasn't raised by their parents, and the children, I want to just say just women and men that wasn't raised by both of their parents, but may have been going through trials and tribulations in their life. I have come to find out that those people actually move better in relationships as opposed to people that actually have two parents inside of their homes. I actually
Well,
believe that.
I can agree with you on that to a certain extent
Hmm.
because I have my parents. Both of my parents are still together to this day, but I wish they would have got divorced. Because just because you're married doesn't mean that you're harmonious, you know?
Exactly.
And so that's what I was really about to get into.
Hmm.
Like it's just for men in particular and women dealing with men,
Hmm.
right? We haven't, and you were talking about this earlier, we haven't done enough research on ourselves, you know what I'm saying, to
Hmm.
even deal with another person.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I feel like astrology is so powerful because it teaches you everything about yourself that you would have never even considered
Well, what
that it
about
was something controlling you, subconsciously.
what
So,
about dealing with anatomy? Because see, listen, how about this?
okay.
Let's say I'm a man. Well, I am a man, but let's just say you're dealing a man and a woman get to dealing with one another, right?
Hmm.
And you're looking at this individual. Wow, somebody from Hawaii called in. Yo, people that's calling from Hawaii, I got you. Don't worry, I got you. I'm gonna take your call, but let me get with this. I feel like an astrology is within, and
Hmm.
astrology is underneath anatomy, and that's how I'm gonna yeah,
Okay.
astrology is
Okay.
underneath anatomy because now once I understand anatomy, now I can better assess the problems that you are and I are having in our relationships. Because guess what? If me and you don't eat the same, we ain't gonna be on the same frequency. See, just that
No, you're absolutely
just that within
right. You
itself,
are absolutely right.
if you look at a household, most relationships are off course because they're not eating correctly. That's the first
Hmm.
part. They're not
I agree with
eating
that.
correctly. So if that within itself, I could say, well, guess what? Because there's people that are watching my videos right now that you're eating healthy, but your partner is not eating healthy. Your partner is
Hmm.
eating healthy, but you're not eating healthy, and you're having
Hmm.
problems. So you're able to
Hmm.
sit there and say, okay, you know what? That dairy product is holding you
Put
back.
that away.
That animal product that you're
Come
eating,
on.
that fried chicken
Put
that
that
you're
meat
eating
down. Put that meat
is
down. Put
holding you
that shit
back from
down.
thinking and being uh uh um
Connecting to your higher self at the highest
exactly,
capacity.
exactly.
Absolutely.
That's it right there.
It's blockages. It's all just blockages. The thing is, our energy is naturally free flowing.
Mm-hmm.
And us, I mean, as soon as we are born here, we're already condensed down to a certain level.
Mm-hmm.
But we're still sentient beings at the end of the day. But we're putting all of this fake shit into our bodies and onto our bodies and breathing in all of this bullshit air
Mm-hmm.
that absolutely, I totally agree with you. I want to add that astrology is the mind, anatomy is the body, like the physical body. And I feel like astrology is the mind.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like you cannot tackle the body. I don't want to speak for everybody because what I will say is, you know how some people need shrooms to kind of wake up and other people don't.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like everybody needs astrology.
Mm-hmm.
But for those who have not been able to tackle certain mental health obstacles, astrology, in my opinion, would be the first step before tackling your anatomy, because just because you know your anatomy and you know what you should be eating, if you haven't tackled the mental blockages that are preventing you from being able to completely like follow through on what you know is right, then I feel like, not to say the knowledge is pointless, but I feel like they go hand in hand. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like, you can't, if you are a person who is not able to do it on your own, which can be seen in your natal chart too. Like,
Mm-hmm.
astrology goes very deep. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're not somebody who's able to kind of, use your free will to the highest extent, then you need something to get your mind together. But if you can't do that, then you should have luck anyway.
Right.
But I totally agree with you, and I feel like it's a mixture of both. And I feel like as a community, especially Black men and Black women, I feel like they need to just do more research on themselves. Like, I think anatomy and astrology, those are the two courses that we need to be taking in order to learn the two main aspects of ourselves, which is mental and physical, so that we can get through those blockages in order to reach the spiritual body. You know what I'm saying?
I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. Yeah, I
So-
totally agree.
So anybody out there listening, please look at your natal chart. And if y'all don't know what sidereal astrology is, please go and look at that too, because that is actually the oldest version of astrology. Anything Western has been tainted. Do not fuck with it all the way. Now, it is a part of you, but what I think is that tropical astrology is more of the ascendant of astrology. It's more of the outer version of you.
Mhm.
And then sidereal astrology, it actually takes you back. So when you look at your tropical chart, if you take off 24 degrees off of each of your placements, that's your sidereal placements.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is actually telling you what's behind the scenes, right? Because you're going backwards.
Mm-hmm.
That is the soul's journey, truly, on a deeper level. And it may take you some time to sit with it and comprehend it, especially if you've been dealing with your tropical chart for a minute. But when I tell you, once you start to sit with it and meditate on it, it's going to tell you a lot more about yourself on a deeper level, and it'll give you a deeper sense of purpose. And also, like Kalai said, look up what's going on in your body. I'm a chemistry major. I was a chemistry major, but I dropped out of college because I found out it was a scam while I was in there. So I dropped out. But I was a chemistry major. I'm hella smart. I love science. So, and I love the body in particular. Human anatomy was my favorite class, aside from chemistry. So it's very important to go deep into these things and take that shit seriously. If you're not a scientist, you're not going to get anywhere in this life. If you're not a mathematician, you're not going to get anywhere in this life, because it is all science and math. It's all shapes, numbers, and chemical equations. Like, that's all that this shit is at the end of the day. And if you can't understand how it works, you're not going to ascend. It's just that simple. All of this, the process of ascension is strictly scientific. We like to put religion onto shit, but we don't have to, because it's not a religion, it's one.
That's right.
There's no separation.
Yes, my sister. Thank you so much. Gratitude for that powerful energy. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, and thank you. First of all.
You have an amazing.
You have a great night. Okay.
You too. Oh my gosh. Now this person been calling the phone back to back, and I literally this person just calling my phone back to back while I was on the call. So here we go. Turn me off in the background.
Yes, I'm gonna turn it off. Hold on. I just wanted to get this. I am. All right.
You got to turn me off in the background, sister. Turn me off in the back. Yeah, turn it down the background. Turn me off.
I turned it off.
There we go. Okay.
This is Queen Red Pill. How are you doing?
Oh my goodness. Hey, listen, I wanted to call you today. I got your book. Thank you so much.
Hold on. I'm just as excited as you are. But I got to deal with this continuous lie. All right, I'm going to make it short.
Okay.
This continuous lie. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is a continuous lie that men cheat more than women. That is a lie. It's just how we do it. We're smarter. A woman will cheat when she goes on vacation. A woman will cheat with her son's teacher. Women go further away from their home to cheat usually. The man will go down the hall.
Can you hold on for one? Queen Red Pill, just give me 1 second. I want this call right here. Give me 1 second, please. Hello?
Yes, me.
Okay. The person from Georgia is calling the phone, and I wanted to answer. Hold on.
No problem. I'm patient.
So they're calling and hanging up at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up having to block that number, Queen Red Pill. So just go ahead. I apologize for interrupting.
No problem.
Go ahead.
You understand what I'm saying? So listen, I'm just saying this is a lie that has been going on and on. And one of the things we are able to do is not change our patterns. That's what makes us smart. So in other words, the woman will have the fear and come home and get your dinner together before you come in the house. A man will start doing strange shit, like going from boxers to shorts and changing his bed, changes his cologne. That's how we tell, because you will change. We won't change. So this whole thing about, oh, men cheat, that is not true. And like I told you before, my father had 2 wives. He could afford both. And I adored my father, and he treated us fairly. When my brother went to get a pair of shoes, my father took me as well. So women should know, we got to get out of this whole thing about men cheating, okay? If a man has one woman, and I know a lot of people, some men are going to say, I don't agree with that. Some men are going to say, bravo. Some women are going to totally disagree. If a man has one woman, something's wrong with him. Seriously. There's a saying, there's a saying that said it's a poor rat that has one hole.
Yo, a poor rat has more than one hole to crawl into.
Thank you. It is not natural.
It's not.
And like I said before, don't you want to know who your man is sleeping with? Isn't that better? Isn't that healthier? You know her diet, you know her mindset, you know her morals, you know her values. Come on. It's not that big a deal. We just put so much emphasis on these vessels. The sex. That's what's driving us nuts.
Yes. Yes, my sister. Yes.
It's just too much. Polygamy has nothing to do. It's a very small part. You have to know it. You have to be in it. I was raised in it. I was in it. I had 3 sister wives. I was in it. It has absolutely nothing to do with fucking.
Come on.
It doesn't.
Come on.
It has to do with family, community, love. A man is supposed to have more than one woman. I'm telling you. That's why he can have children. At 120 years old, well, shit shuts down at, what, 56? I don't know. You understand?
Yes.
So this whole thing that people, he cheats. Oh, he's cheating. Listen, if he doesn't, and it shouldn't be a cheating because a true man doesn't lie. He states his situation and who he is and what he wants and what he's about at the very beginning of the relationship.
Facts.
Anything else, he's a punk, he's a boy.
Facts.
A true man would say, look, sister, I love you and I love her too. And you can love, they have these fake sayings that you can't love more than one person at a time. That's a lie. That's not true. You can love 10 people. You love her because of her creativity. You love her because of her nurturing. You love her because of her intellect. Just like when you go out, you can go out and hang out with your boys. When you want the intellectual stimulation, you're not going out to hang out with Bud that likes to get his party on. You see him when you want to go to party.
That's right.
It's the same thing. With women, it's the same thing. No woman has it all.
Thank you.
That's bullshit.
Come
so
on.
This is why we get into a whole mindset. Oh my God, she has said, oh, I love him and I love her, and then that's not true. You can fall in love, not less. But when you find a good man, I wouldn't care if he had 10. That's irrelevant. But he has to have a certain maturity. He has to know how to protect. He has to know how to support.
Facts.
And I'm not just talking about he has to have all the money, this and that. That's not what I mean. But there has to be a balance. My father had his own business. He went out. He brought the bread home, and my mother baked it. So this whole thing about, oh, men cheat. No. You know who says men cheat more than women? Women. That should tell you something right there. So we got you tricked, we got you fooled. Listen, I've known a lot of men, I've known a lot of women. They were all chicken, but they were so slick. I was like, oh my God. 20 years, the man never knew it.
Mm.
We knew it as assistants. You understand? We're very, very slick
Yes.
with our shit. I'm telling you, that's the only difference. So you don't get caught more, because like I said it, and I'm just saying to any man out there that's doing this thing, don't change your pattern. If you was coming home at 8,
Continue to come home at 8.
coming home at 12. Okay, don't change your cologne, your hairstyle, your underwear. Keep it going.
That's truth.
But really, just tell her from the beginning.
Yes.
It's not enough. That's a whole, like I said before, that's a whole European mindset.
Fact.
But that's not natural. Something's wrong with that whole concept, and we still hold that. Oh, that's my man. Oh, that really?
Mm-hmm.
Ask the 3 other women is that.
Right.
They
Exactly.
don't gonna say that's my man. Now, isn't it a beautiful thing? When I had my sister wives, like I said, I was in an accident, I had a car accident when I was a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't able to give birth.
Mm.
So the children were my children as well.
Wow.
Do you know how relaxing and beautiful that was?
Yes.
I didn't have to cook all the time. Trust me. And women, when we're true friends, when we move away from that catty jealousy, whatever illness we got going on, it's a beautiful relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I got this system. I'm going to make the cornbread tonight. You go and just relax, go meditate. You know how beautiful that is? They have a woman tell you that really loves you as a sister? Are you kidding me? Women nowadays, they burn out. They're making the bacon, get burnt out.
Yeah, it's a bad job.
And they're changing what it is that they provided for the man. So of course he's going to start looking. He's supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
The more the merrier. It's just done with respect.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. And don't lie. Don't be sneaking around, because you're not that blind on that level. You'll forget. You know, happy birthday, baby. It's not my birthday. You get the women confused. It's the other one's birthday. She don't like wine. No. So you can't keep it together. Because it's how the mind works.
Mm-hmm.
It's how the mind works. Like a woman can hold a baby, be on the phone, and stir the pot of soup simultaneously. You know, guys, the baby will be on top of the refrigerator, the soup. Listen, it's just how the mind works.
Mm-hmm.
That's why a woman should not tell a man 3 different things to do simultaneously.
Mm.
It's a nagging thing. You say, listen, just go over there, honey, fix the table. Don't tell me to fix the table, take the trash out, paint the bedroom. No, that's too much. You have to know, just like the last sister said, we have to study each other. We have to know. And see, I'm talking from experience. I'm older than all of y'all, probably.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So I just wanted to get into that whole thing about men cheat more. No. Women get caught less. Point blank and simple.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I totally agree
So
with
that's
that.
all, because I'm just tired of it, because people are saying, oh, the men. No. Why does his first, I don't know if you heard this story about, I don't know if it was I can't remember who it was, but there was a woman that was suing the family of a man that had died. Do you remember the story? I don't know if it's true or not, but she had sex with the corpse.
Oh, and got pregnant. Yeah, she had sex with the corpse, I think, and got pregnant because he had just died or something. Yeah, I remember that. I heard that story.
I didn't tell you.
Yeah.
How did the Most High make the man, even when he's dead?
Right. He was a millionaire, something like that. Yeah, I know you.
Yeah,
I heard the story.
she wanted to sue. She wanted to sue the family.
Yeah,
She was a necrophilia. She wanted to sue the family.
yeah.
But you're not just supposed to be like reckless, like drop the baby over there. I got 7 children. No, you have to be mature. You have to be a king. You have to be a god. You have to know what that's about.
Right.
Okay? Because honestly, on the level, when I was coming up, a man provided and protected, and the woman served and obeyed. But you don't obey an idiot.
Thank you.
That's the key.
Thank you.
But if you're a man, I remember the sisters that were married to Dr. Sebi.
Mm-hmm.
They said when Dr. Sebi had a premonition and said, listen, we got to move. And nobody got into no discussion. Well, I don't think I just got here. I like that. They left because he was the leader.
That's right.
My father was the leader. But he earned it. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you have some guy that's around you working day and night, and he's on the couch, doing video, get rid of him. That's dangerous. He can't teach your children anything. He's sitting down there, which is, you know what I mean? He's not the one.
Right.
So you have to be picky. You have to be choosy, but you have to be respectful. And because you know what? People got this thing mixed up too. They don't know what true love is. If I love you, I want you to be happy, ecstatic. I want you to be dancing every day that you wake up. If you see a beautiful woman, please have her. See, but people can't get into that mindset. There's stuff here I want you to. Why I want to lock you in a cage and you become miserable and wretched? I don't want that. I want you to be happy.
Absolutely.
But anyway, that's another story.
Thank you so
Did you
much,
get the
Red
book,
Pill.
brother?
Yes, I did. I was going to call you tomorrow. Yes, I appreciate that book. I am definitely going to. When I go live, I got to go live on my desktop. I've just been grinding so much and working that I haven't been able. But I am going to go live and I'm going to share that book. I thank you so much, my sister. Thank you.
Yeah, but I got some books. I don't know. They may not even make it to you. They may come to get me. I got some books that even they're out of print. Oh no!
Thank you so much.
I got two editions of the Matrix before the Matrix came out. That book is heavy. You know what I mean? I have about 5,000 books.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow. That says a lot. That says a lot right there.
Yeah.
I would rather date a woman that got 5,000 books than a woman that got 5,000 pocketbooks.
I say that to people that be like, oh, that's not true. I said, let's do this journey. And I talk about every subject because I want to know it all. Like the sister was talking about, astrology. I don't know my thing on the level that she was talking about, but I'm Aries with Libra rising, Sag, Moon, and I got 6 planets of fire. Okay, so anybody knows what that means. That's what it's about. But anyway, I just wanted to thank you. What can I say? Kali, one of the great reminders.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much.
Breaking it down. They can't handle it. They can't. And that thing that you just said, brother, as far as cutting the chat off, yeah, because sometimes the chat, I'd be like, could you moderate me? So I could remove it.
Yeah, that's all.
I'd be having that thought.
Yeah, don't worry.
I'd be having those things because they just be doing some silly stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's all good because all of this is coming to an end.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you so
My
much.
dear brother, I'm not going to hold you up, but I'm glad you appreciate it. I got some more books for you. Some of them, you're not going to be able to take them outside.
Well, I look forward to that. And I'm glad that you called me because I definitely
want
to call you.
Send you. Because you know what, brother? I've been looking for someone that I feel within my heart that deserves these books. A lot of things you know, but I can trust you. Trust me. Some things you don't.
Thank
So
you.
everybody can learn regardless of what age or whatever they're into.
Absolutely. I love
You know what I
learning.
mean?
I love coming back into my memory. So please send
Absolutely. It's my pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you to the chat.
it. You have an
Thank you. Peace.
amazing night. Peace.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
let me say this to you, chat. The people in here that was telling me to hang up on her, this, that, and the third, or trying to tell me, I'm never going to hang up on anyone. It don't make a bit of a difference who that individual is unless they are disrespecting me, especially her. That sister Red Pill, she is powerful. She is very powerful. And a lot of people may just can't keep up with it. And I totally understand and understand that. But what I am going to do, just like I made my account private on Instagram, and I'm weaning out those, I'm going to shut off the chat when I start to go live. And all you 10 finger down people that does nothing for yourself, nothing for your family, your immediate family members that are around you, you have no influence other than the same 3D or low vibrational influence that you had, that you was programmed with. Your father abandoned you and your mother had psychological incest with you, or she abused you psychologically. That's why you come here and you willing to put 10 fingers down rather than to call in, and I'm going to let you express yourself. Because see, I want the star seeds to see how ignorant and how foolish you are, and how the light really just shuts down ignorance. How the true sun, the red sun, really shut down ignorance. That's all it is. So I'm going to shut off the chat. So get all your typing in now. Get all your comments in now. The only time you're going to be able to make a comment is after I post the video. But when I go live, I'm going to shut the chat off. And I'm going to make sure I'll have the call-in phone number. And I want to see if you call in. But see, I know you're not going to call in. I'm the largest platform on social media that allows you to call in. I am this all the time. I'm the largest one. And hold on, let me just say this to you. Outside of medical people teaching you and showing you how you should eat better or whatever the case may be, I'm the only one that has shown you hard scientific proof through video recording objects by the moon and objects by the sun. Only one. Only one. And you can call in. So I have yet to I don't know what's going on. Okay, here we go. Let me get this. Okay, here we go. Peace, appreciation, and value. Live with Kala. State your name, city, and state where you calling from.
What it do, Kala? It's your boy Quan Killmonger from Miami Gardens, Florida, the biggest black community in the whole state of Florida. We call this Africa, Florida. You feel me?
What's on your soul, my brother?
Huh?
What's on your soul?
Shoot, you saying like, we basically out of pocket for saying that people need to hang up, like, you know what I'm saying? But the thing about it, people be talking as if they don't understand that you got a whole broadcast yourself. You get what I'm saying? We are here trying to see what this person got to say. We want to hear what you got to say. It's supposed to be a flow. And I'm not going to say it's supposed to be. This is your broadcast. But when people calling in, they should have some kind of understanding of saying, all right, well, damn, I've been talking for 5-10 fucking minutes. Kalab just letting me talk. He ain't really, jumping in or whatever. Like, after a while, it's like, bro, wrap it up and try to get on to the next caller. It's called a flow. You feel what I'm saying? People feel like they can call up on your show, and just because you're a cool guy, just because like, you're an understanding person, you like to give everybody a shot, they feel like they can just lay back, and now it's just, nigga, I'm just kicking it with Clyde. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, and it shouldn't be like that. So it's not like I'm trying to be disrespectful or others of us in the chat is trying to be disrespectful. You feel me?
Right.
It's about respecting you. It's about respecting your platform. You feel me? I'm not finna be sitting up here talking to you, doing what I'm doing right now for another 20 minutes. You get what I'm saying?
I got you.
I gotta say what I gotta say. You can hear me out or whatever the case may be, but then again, at the same time, we gotta understand, man, this man got a whole broadcast. So just sitting here and just you extending what you gotta say, extending. It's like, hey man, all of us, for one, we watching on YouTube. We got other stuff that we could be doing, but for one, we only watch your YouTube channel for you. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
We watch for you. Nobody says, hey, yo, man, let me tap in with Kalai. Let me see who he talking to. We don't want to see what the fuck these niggas talking about. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? But you get what I'm saying, you know? We come to listen to you. So it's like when people feel like they can get on your live, people feel like they can call you, and now I'm equal to Kalai as far as with all of the work that you've been putting in. I'ma just sit on the phone with you and talk like, yeah, y'all niggas need to listen to me and Kalai, we shoulder to shoulder with this shit now. No.
Right.
Kalai put in all the damn work. She do the live, she do the whole biochemist suit, the whole little shit. So you gotta give your input and keep it moving. It's called a fucking flow. You get what I'm saying? And we gotta stop that shit. But we feel like we can just lay on other people, and just because we all black folk, it's basically just like, you know, when you're at the church. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when somebody go up to the church and they want to give their little testimony, their revelation, and they, you know, it's only gonna be so many times we gonna clap and there you go, woo, there you go. But after a while, it's like, damn, man, wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, people got this whole church, this church mentality where it's like, I'm going to just come here and say what I want to say, and people just going to keep on egging me on, because we all black here, right? Yeah, we all black here. You know, whatever, I'm not black. You say you're not black, you know what I'm saying? I call myself black. Why? The only reason why, what color's out of space? You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm the universe in human form. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's why I call myself black. But that's not to knock at anybody who don't. But we all we all come from up above, everywhere, around, everywhere. So that's all I'm saying, Kalai. I appreciate what you do. Please don't feel like just because we go in there or whatever. We kind of like some moderators in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you, bro. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, man.
In this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you, bro.
Like, oh, hold on. Hey, and Kalai, one more thing I want to tell you, man. Kalai, man, it was this time where I was saying like the Anunnaki a lot, right? I was saying the Anunnaki. And I kept saying that shit, right? And Kalai, I tell you, man, this was like a year and a half ago, man. Kalai, I was sitting outside. I'm sitting outside, like, a lot of these people, they like to lie or whatever. I was sitting out meditating, and I was moon gazing. I was outside smoking weed. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. People like to put the little, I was meditating, and I was I was smoking weed. I'm connecting with my higher self, right? But it was like 2:03 in the morning, and Kalai, when I tell you, Kalai, the biggest ship I've ever seen in my fucking life. Like, you see videos on YouTube or whatever. Kalai, when I tell you I seen the biggest ship, this shit flew over me at 2:03 in the morning. I'll never forget the damn time. It was 2:03 in the morning. That shit flew over me. I'm in Miami Gardens, right next to the stadium where the Dolphins play. It flew right over me, Kalai. It was huge. It's like it blended in with the sky, and all you could see was white circular lights. So it was a huge, and I say huge like that because it was so fucking huge. It was a huge white circular light that floated through like it was on a treadmill. It was no sound. It was nothing. Like I looked up, some people might feel like, I got up and I chased it and I screamed at it. You get what I'm saying? Some people are, you shouldn't have did that, or you don't do that. Hey man, what we say in the conscious community, as above, so below. So if I'm seeing a God or a powerful being that's in another dimension above me, then if I'm seeing it, that mean that I'm on the same level just like them, because I'm seeing it for a damn reason. You get me? So when I tell you, Kalai, that it flew over me, and all I could do was just stand in the middle of the street, like with my hand on top of my head, like, what the fuck was that? Right. And it just taught me to really realize, man, we got to watch what we say as far as, like, when we, and this isn't me being scared of, no, I'm just saying, period. Like, you got to, we always like to talk about, we ready, for the, these other dimensions and the third, the fourth, the fifth dimension. But when this stuff comes for you, you know what I'm saying? When it comes, you got to be prepared, and you got to be ready for just understanding that you're going to see some shit that you can't necessarily explain to modern man. You get what I'm saying?
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
man.
And let me just add off of that with what you were saying. I'm so glad that you said that last part because see what's going to happen is we think that um a lot of the we think that this is technology that we have here. We think this technology that we have is really something. But when people really see the sizes of these ships that are moving
Yes.
across the sky
My
on a
God.
day-to-day, night-to-night basis, when you see the sizes of some of these ships, and
Yes, man.
it's going to blow a lot of people mind. And then the species
Yes.
that come off of these ships, the 20-foot people that are 20 foot tall, 17
Mm.
feet tall. When you see
Yeah.
these type of people, are you going to your whole perspective of life is going to change
it's like
dramatically.
it's like seeing like seeing the Egyptian statues but in real like in real like human form. You get me?
Right.
That's real talk, man.
You one thing we must ask ourselves, why the fuck who would build a 20-foot fucking doorway? The doorway is 24 feet tall. Who the fuck what yo, what person would build a doorway 24 feet fucking tall? I mean, that doesn't even make any sense. The doorway is 24 fucking feet.
Right.
That's a
Damn.
doorway.
Yeah.
That means somebody was here that needed to walk through that fucker that
Right.
was tall. So I
Right,
mean,
not a lot. You see, just like how you said that, so it's like just how you said like that. We'll take it in another route, but in the same world. That's just like if we was going to a store and you seeing like the door being like 4 or 5 feet, you'll be like, hey, this is a place for little people.
thank
This
you.
is a. So it's like if you seeing some doors that's 20, 30 feet tall. Wait a minute, this. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like the door 4 or 5 feet tall. It's some midgets in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But if the door 20, 30 feet high, that mean that it's been some giants. It's been some huge. It's been some other world shit that been walking around us, or well, I don't say walking around us, has walked around us, because we don't really see them today.
Right.
That's 1,000% true, Kala. And like I said, I don't want to hold up your time, and I appreciate the time. I appreciate everything that you do. A lot of these people feel like, hey, Kala, I'm from Miami Gardens. I'm what you would call a quote unquote street nigga, whatever. I just call it street science. You know what I'm saying? I'm a street scientist. So you know what I'm saying? I'll jump down on the motherfucker ass, but I'm about our people 1,000%, the universal family of our universe, black people, the original, hey man, I love our people. I love you. Thank God for you, man. Keep on doing what you're doing. And if I am in the chat saying hurry up or whatever, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or rude, man.
Man, they saying it. They saying that shit to you now. Everybody writing that shit in the chat. People writing it in the chat now about you. Talking about, man, 20 minutes later, he became a collab.
Hey, I'm in Miami Gardens. Y'all niggas want to pull up, nigga. What's happening? Like, you feel me? Like, what's up? Like, you feel me?
Nah, bro, we are
27th Avenue. What's happening? I'm trying to, you feel me? But
nah, brother, it's
I
all
appreciate
love.
you, Collab, man. God bless you. God bless the whole chat, man. And I'm out.
Abundance and gratitude, bro. Have an amazing night.
You too, my boy.
Peace. Respect, my people. Listen, I know what type of people that I'm going to connect with already. I know what type of people I'm connecting with. People, and I don't want to say it's sad to say, but that did not really capitulate to these laws of the land. I'm telling you right now, I'm connecting with people that have been in group homes. I'm connecting with people that was raised by their grandmothers, foster parents. I'm connecting with people that really didn't like school but may have went through school. I'm not connecting with you associates and master's degrees. Most of y'all, some of y'all I'm connecting with because the reason why it's a disconnect with most of y'all because I am actually along with the sun is reminding you of what you have capitulated to. And I know it's hurtful to sit there and say like I literally wasted my life believing and following a group of species that have no biological identification to the planet, and on top of them not having any biological identification to the planet, they made me believe that I'm less than if I don't if I'm not successful in their world. So yes, I know who I'm connecting with, and I'd rather connect with those people than to be trying to connect and reach people that literally joined a system to literally destroy our people. I told y'all many videos ago, before Cat Williams got on there talk about 2024 is going to be the year of the revealing and all that. Before that got on here, I told y'all many sunrises ago, I want y'all to think about something. The male is going to be released first. I want y'all to know this, and y'all see it happening right now, because the moment the power go out, the moment that there is no more cameras, no more running fucking water, no more going to the corner store, the moment that real men are going to have to step up to the plate, the man is going to be released first, period. I told y'all this. But however, every male that abused women and children, every male that joined the system to further the psychological and physical abuse of women and children, are being destroyed. You don't see it. It's happening on all levels. Peace, appreciation, and value. Lawa Kala, state your name, city, and state where you're calling from.
What's good, Kalai? This Terashika. I'm calling from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
How are you?
I'm healthy.
That's good.
So then, I agree with the last caller. Well, with the last few callers, I should say. But my main thing was to speak with you about the shadow work.
Okay.
So I know that you speak about how you don't disagree with people doing the shadow work, or just, it's not even doing the shadow work, it's just reliving their traumatic experiences.
Yeah, hold on, let me correct that. I disagree with focusing on your trauma through experiences. I disagree with that. I don't think we should be, as people, constantly indulging in negative thoughts. I don't think that's healthy for us. And I don't, it ain't even about thinking. I know, according to science, what we tell our bodies, it programs each and every last one of our cells. So what we tell our bodies, what we focus on the most, is going to either bring, it's either going to bring happiness, it's going to bring vitality, it's going to bring peace, internal peace, or it's going to bring anxiety, depression, neuroticism, which is going to bring diseases and viruses. It's going to cause your hair to fall out. It's going to cause you to have, for men, your hair will fall out. Women, your hair will get thin. Men, you'll start to get guts. You'll start to get breasts. You'll start to have ED, erectile dysfunction. Women, you'll start to gain excess weight. You'll start growing, hairs on your chin. You start aging. You start looking old. You start looking like the Walking Dead. So yes, I don't agree with us at all doing shadow work. I don't agree with that.
Okay, and I can respect that. I just think that with that, for to each their own, because if you don't learn from the work that you put in from the past experiences, then you won't grow. You won't be right within. It's not for everybody. It's really not. You have to have a unique understanding of your emotional mindset, your own mental. Again, to each their own when it comes to the shadow work. But I also wanted to address the multiple, the young lady, what you call a red pill, I believe you said.
Yes, Sister Red Pill. Yes.
Sister Red Pill. She is hilarious, and I do agree with the multiple females or multiple women per one man. However, it has been such it's been a mess. I'm gonna say it's just really been a mess when it comes to putting our emotions into the relationship. Not saying that your emotions don't go into a relationship, but if you have men and or women cheating and bringing unnecessary.
Hold on. I didn't hear. You said that you had.
Okay. Okay. So when they figure out
Your phone is kind of like muffled, and I couldn't hear that last part when you said multiple women. You said something about multiple women, and you said cheating. I think I'm not sure if you said cheating.
I was saying that when men don't are not when men or women are not upfront with their partners regarding the cheating, if they're not honest from jump and letting them know, hey, this is what's going on in the relationship, even after attempted communications, then that is what messes up or delays the understanding of and gets people confused about what I'm gonna use the polygamous word, even though that word is a brand new word to conversations. I'm gonna use I'll just use polygamy.
Mhm.
Cheating is different from polygamy, so it's okay to have multiple persons taking care of a family as a household when you're thinking about it in that nature.
Mhm.
But if you're thinking about it on a whole nother realm of just, oh, I'm gonna sneak around with this person, I'm gonna sneak around with that person, then it dilutes the whole game plan of and the whole sanctity of what the original plan was, and that was to be fruitful, multiply, and take care of one another.
Mhm.
But that's all I have to say.
Okay. All right. Before we hang up, though, I want to say something. Right when you was saying we was talking about do experiences regarding shadow work, right? And I want to say this to you, like for example, let's say that there is you put a pot of hot water on the stove, right? You wanted to boil some water, you wanted to make some tea. Now you were doing something, and you see that the water is boiling now, and you go to grab the handle of the pot, and to go so you can put the water in the cup so you can make some tea. But when you grab that handle, you didn't have a mitten on, or a rag, so that way that you don't get burnt. And when you grab that handle, that handle burnt your hand. Now, what happened is, because that feeling was completely and totally uncomfortable, that memory was computed in the brain. It was stored there in the brain as something that did not feel comfortable to you. So now, the next time and every time from that point on, even if you see somebody else put a pot of water on, you're going to warn them and say, be careful with that pot of water. Use a mitten or a glove to grab it because the handle is hot. From that point going forward, that is what you are going to do. Here is the problem with the people that are always talking about shadow work and how they need to do it. They are constantly grabbing the fucking handle with the pot of boiling water that's burning their hand. Now, what they'll do is they'll grab the pot, boiling water, whether it's a relationship, whether it's something that they got into, or hanging out with their girlfriends, or I'm not gonna drink no more, I'm not gonna party no more. And what happens is they say they're not gonna do it. They start doing all the right things. They put the mitten on their hand, grab the pot, make their cup of tea, they cool. And then what happened is they fall back into that sleep and slumber. And then what happened is they grab that pot, they grab that handle again without the mitten, and it burns their hand. The same shit happens with the shadow work thing. After they only seem to do shadow work when you constantly repeating the same thing over and over and over again. That's how I see shadow work works in our community, and it doesn't work at all. That starts with maturity. That starts with the individual. You haven't learned and you haven't accepted that you are doing the same shit over and over and expecting a different result. That's how I see shadow work.
I can agree with that. I do agree with that to a certain extent, but I do beg to differ that shadow work is important. I'm only speaking from my own experience. When you say maturity, you're right. It's only when you want to know better is to do better. I found out through the shadow work and looking within that I had underlying issues with mother, so that I wasn't an effective mother to my
daughter.
Okay.
And so it was only once I realized that I had those issues with my mother that it's not too late, but that that I'm able to change the way that I approach situations with my daughters.
Okay. Now let me
So,
ask you a question here. What
yes.
underlying issue that you had with your mother that you seen that you were doing with your daughters that you needed to change? Give
Well,
me.
for one, my mother, she had some issues with her mother, rightfully so.
You didn't answer the
And
question,
so,
sweetheart. You didn't answer the question. I'm asking you to answer the question. What is it? I'm not
okay,
asking about your mother's mother. I'm asking about you and your mother. What
okay.
underlying issue that you have that was passed down from your mother to you that you seen that it was affecting you and your daughter's relationship?
Well, for one, it appeared that I was a coward for my daughter. You
Meaning?
know,
Like what? Meaning?
I'm sorry, repeat that.
You said meaning, like meaning?
Oh, meaning like, so, you mentioned something way back when in one of your podcasts about, or lives, I should say, about women choosing or people just choosing a fair or responsible partner, and I'm guilty of that.
Okay,
I
so
chose a partner.
right. So okay, so you saw that your mom, so the underlying issue is that your mom chose a wrong partner to be with in your eyes, right? And that was a habit that started to escalate or create in your life that you chose the wrong male to have around you and your daughter. That's what you're
Hmm.
stating?
Yes,
Okay.
and but
Is that your mother issue or is that you?
no, that's definitely my issue.
Right.
Is my issue because um it's my issue because I didn't know better.
But hold on, wait a minute. Okay, you say you didn't know better, right? Now, what do you mean by
Hmm.
you didn't know better?
Well, I didn't know better because at the time I was just not um I was not I was not aware.
You
I
wasn't.
just wasn't aware.
All right, so wait a minute. You have daughters, and
Hmm.
you have daughters, and in the
Yes.
process of you having daughters, you was picking another male that you didn't feel that represented the type of male that you needed to have around your daughters, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so what about the fathers of your daughters? They wasn't
Right.
either. So that's not shadow work, love. That's you that
I
needs
know.
right. That's nothing to do with
Absolutely.
shadow work, love. That's nothing to do with shadow
Absolutely.
work. That's you taking accountability and saying, "Hey, wait a minute. I am no longer picking this type of male."
Absolutely.
Right. I don't think shadow work that has nothing to do with your mom. That's a choice that you are making within yourself off of
Hmm.
experiences.
Yes, absolutely. I
Right.
do
So
agree
that's
with
not
that.
shadow work, love.
But okay. Well, what would you would just call that being unaware, being ignorant at the time? For lack of a better term, I'm gonna use ignorant, um, of knowing thyself. And isn't knowing thyself a part of the shadow work?
Okay, no, no, knowing thyself is learning. I would say learning anatomy and how the brain is functioning. So I would say this:
Hmm.
what is about these men that cause a chemical reaction in you that stated that these men are worthy at that time to be a part of
Hmm.
your life,
Hmm.
knowing that they internally knowing that they wouldn't be a good representation of a man in front of your daughters.
Hmm. Shit, I didn't. Like I said, I wasn't asking myself all those questions at that time,
Hmm.
and these is like decades old situations, but
Right.
I wasn't asking myself at that time
Hmm.
those things. So, a lot of them was maybe out of lustful situations or just, wanting to get out of the current situation that I was in. But it definitely wasn't necessarily looking within. I didn't start looking within for about last year, you know, and figuring out, hey, some of this shit that I'm doing is not right. But by then, I'm not gonna say it's too late, because it's never too late to change.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Can I say something to you? Let me say this part to you. What would be more important, me doing shadow work and asking myself repeatedly over and over, why am I choosing these type of men, or me actually learning anatomy and knowing that every time a man has sex with me, I am taking on his energy. So now I have to say that am I sleeping with men that are pumping testosterone inside of me, masculine energy that is creating an energy that's in me, that is having me a look at myself as less, more importantly, my reproduction? Am I dealing with men because these men have no good intentions with me? So that means I am starting to have no good intentions with my reproduction, with my sanctity, my sanctity.
Oh, definitely anatomy, looking at anatomy.
There
And
we
it
go.
wasn't until, like I said, last year that when you suggested, look at these books, look at Biology for Dummies, look at Anatomy for Dummies, look at Quantum. Well, you didn't say quantum, but then I just happened to look and find the book, Quantum Physics for Dummies.
Hmm.
And um, I ain't finished reading them, but I am into maybe 2 or 3 of those chapters of each book.
Hmm.
So you are absolutely right. And that I will not disagree or take from you, because yes, you are absolutely correct.
Because see, let me just say this to you. When you sleep with one male, you release, every time you have sex with a male, you release oxytocin. Every time a man has sex with you, he's automatically releasing testosterone, but he doesn't mean that he's releasing oxytocin. Testosterone is a hardener. It makes men masculine. It makes men stronger. It keeps our bones and muscles strong. So it's pretty much a hardener. So if I'm releasing that inside of you with no intentions, and it's called the blood-brain barrier. My energy is going to your brain. Pretty soon, you're going to think and function like the man that you are with. Any woman that's inside of a relationship with a man for a long time that she is having sex with, she even start to use some of his terminology and speak about some of the things that he is talking about, or speak similar to him in certain situations.
I wholeheartedly agree. I'm gonna tell you that just from experience, that I knew someone for approximately like 20 years,
Mhm.
and it took me a very long time to get that out of my system. And I only stayed with that person because they wasn't all the things that they wasn't abusive sexually. They, for my daughters or my sons for that matter. And it was just, I just took that one little piece and ran with it and was like, oh, he not this. So, I'm going to just stay here to be safe. And I'm going to say it was the worst decision of my life. It
Mhm.
was. But just because I was looking for someone who wasn't that, it kind of like gave a domino effect to the rest of, to the betterment of me, actually.
Mhm.
Because, like I said, when I look at it now, it's like, oh shit, you know, it's it is what it is. Now I know better. Now I'll do better, and now, and I appreciate you explaining your side of what you meant by the shadow work. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
mhm. All right,
I appreciate you
peace
for
and
sharing that with
abundance.
me. I appreciate you sharing your story with me. Thank you so much.
All right, take care. Bye
You
bye now.
you too, love. Yes, my people, abundance. Abundance. Yes. Gotta ask ourselves, what's more importantly? You'll get over relationships, you'll get over death, you'll get over uh uh a lot of things in life. When you start to understand how your body functions, you will get over a lot of things in life once you understand how your body functions. If you don't understand how your body functions, then you're not going to get over many things in life. You're going to hold on to them because that's what they teach you to do. Peace, appreciation, and value. Live with Kala. State your name, city, state, where you calling from.
Yes, Carly. My name is Kale, calling from the UK.
Yo, UK in the building, abundance. What's up, brother? Peace.
Peace, peace.
Mhm.
Yeah, I want to just explain, like, in regards to shadow work,
Mhm.
like, you know what it is? What it is, it's reprogramming. You get me? On all levels. Forget the word shadow work. What it is reprogramming. You get me? Because, and it's not something that you just do one day. It's not like an A to B process. Like you just do it, say it one day, like I'm just gonna live, you know, like you do that, but then it's not like the next day everything's good. It's not that, you get, because it takes repeated opportunities and situations that will keep coming round and round and round. It's up to you. It's up to you to remain in your knowing. You know how many times I fucked up, even not like when I realized what I need to do and all the bullshit that I've done. But then, you know, that day I thought, right, boom, I'm going to do better, think better, but you still go round and round. I fucked up, I still kept on fucking up. But then what happens is, over time, now how you said you keep grabbing the pan in it, you keep grabbing that hot pan in it, that's what you said.
Right.
I was like, yeah, you're right. But then what happens is, you keep grabbing the pan, you keep burning yourself. You know better, but you keep grabbing the pan. But what happens is, you build the strength and you build the mental fortitude to be able to grab the pan and know and not be affected by it no more. And then you can pour some cool water on that shit. You get me? And it starts to cool down over time. Might take you 2 days. Might take you 10 years. It depends on what the fuck you've gone through. Imagine like a girl, for example, like a little girl, 9 years old. She had a good life, nice family or whatever. And then one day, you know, she gets raped by a fucking total stranger. Being vegan and juicing and eating fruit and veggies for the rest of it is not going to help. That it might help it in regards to the present moment, but though that memory, that trauma is still there, it's still scratched, etched into the CD, the program for it. You know, that's a lack of a better term. You know what I'm saying? So you have to reprogram yourself and build armor, like a spiritual armor, through repetition, through your creativity, through sorcery, through whatever fucking means you that you deem fit, or, you know, use your creativity. And then you have to delve back into those memories and devour those memories and then transmute it into power. You get me?
Right.
And then it reflects into your reality as of then. You get me? And like I said, it's not like an A, B. It's not like one day I'm going to start thinking like that and the next day it's all good. That's not how it works. You get me? It takes fucking time. For you seem like a brother who's like, you are filled with power. Like, it is what it is, but then not everyone's built like that, and it's going to take time. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, depending on what you've gone through. I've been through mad shit, and then I realized, I designed this shit to get to this point now. Before I came here, I designed my mom to be that way. I designed my life to not have a dad. You know what I'm saying? Because I am the Christ. You get me? The Christ was, you know what I'm saying? It's my narrative. It all makes sense now. But even knowing this, even to this day, like I've come a long way. But then there's still things where it's like a situation of like, shit, I could have done better. And it's like I react in these ways because of the shit that I went through as I was growing up. Fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? But now, I suppose it's just, you know, everyone's got their own time. You get me? Some people might clock this when they're 60 years old and be like, oh shit, it's time for me to switch up. You know what I mean? It might be easier when you're 60 years old. Might take 2 days to neutralize the trauma and all those fucking crazy events that have happened. But you know what I'm saying? This the way the shit is set up right now. It's hard. It's deliberately like we've come in this game and we've got the settings on like Supreme Jedi mode. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, brother, I wouldn't take it no other way than hard. I wanted to be tough. I wanted to be hard because so when you come into your enlightenment, when you come into true knowledge of self, you see that this shit is a crumb. This is less than a breadcrumb. That's how weak this is. Though I wanted it to be hard. I wanted my parents not to know who they was. I wanted the family that I was born into not to know who they was. Because when you find out who you truly are, you see how primitive and how weak and how low and how small this world truly is to who the fuck you truly are. So I wanted to be hard, my brother. And I understand that, you know, some people have had a lot of trauma, you know, but as all so-called black people on this planet, we all had trauma. Some of our trauma have, you know, let me say this. Physical abuse to me may not affect me the way that it affect another male or another woman. You see what I'm saying to you? So it might break them, but me, it made me stronger. So everyone is not able to take the same abuse, and the universe knows that. But the abuse that you're able the abuse that you had that we have received, we were supposed to be able to take that. The universe is not going to put you through anything that you can't handle. That's not going to allow you to raise up to your true self. I firmly believe in that. I firmly knows that the universe is never going to put you through anything that's going to hinder you from your growth and development. You needed to go through that. You needed to go through these trials and tribulations. You needed to be buried like a seed deep within the dirt. And some of us needed to be buried and fuck underneath concrete too. Because when we break up out of that shit, we shine. We shine. So abundance and gratitude, my brother. Thank you for chiming in. Thank you for sharing from the UK.
Yes, sir.
Respect, my brother.
Yeah, man.
Have an amazing rest of your evening.
You too, brother.
Peace. Okay, we have this person called AD. It said, what's Khalil number? He called me out. I gotta challenge him. All right, AD. The number is in a thing. So I'm gonna purposely wait on you. Is this the AD? Your name is AD. Let me pin your comment. Let me pin your comment. Here you go. I wanted to pin your message. Right there.
This ain't him, bro. I'm TQ in the chat.
Okay, all right. What's on your mind, brother? Peace.
Well, first of all, I'm TQ from Richmond, VA. And I want to start by saying, bro, you know, for one, I appreciate all of the information. Like you said, we don't have too many spaces where we can talk like this.
Right.
So, for one, thank you for just building a platform where we can just converse amongst ourselves as a collective. So, gratitude for that, brother.
Respect, my brother.
And I'm one of the shadow work believers. And I see where a lot of people coming from. Is also me and you kind of talked in the comment section where you had dropped a video about it as well. As far as like, I don't think it's about focusing on trauma. Like, I think that's something you have to realize within yourself. And I hate it when this whole little trend started about you need to go heal. But people never say what that process looks like. You know, like they never talk about how do you heal? Like, how do you move forward from past trauma? And one of the examples that I saw was when you were talking to one of the other sisters, and she brought up something about, you know, what issues she had that with her and her mother that affected her from being a better mother. To me, you perform shadow work with her, you know, and that's why I feel it goes hand in hand with personal development. Like, doesn't, like...
You do shadow... You said she should have did shadow work with who? Her mother?
No, I was saying, and to me, that was shadow work. Y'all was uprooting deep-seated issues.
Okay.
You know, to me, that is just personal development. Because for me, like, one thing I won't do, like, I know I'm ignorant in certain areas. So you push me to be more enlightened in anatomy. So that's not a field that I was comfortable in, and I had to get comfortable actually knowing and realizing and believing this is important information, for one. And then two, reprogramming myself. That's why I do agree with the brother from UK saying it's borderline like a rewiring as well, or unlearning to relearn. Because you have to sit down within yourself. Like everybody want to claim ADD and ADHD. No, you just can't sit the hell down long enough to focus.
Right.
And go through the process. And to me, that's essentially what shadow work is. And one thing you do, like you were saying that I agree on, you can't go back to an issue or something that you want to work on and not create an action plan after that. not do nothing for it, because then, like you said, you're putting yourself back to sleep.
Okay.
But I do agree that, for one, you have to know anatomy, and once you know yourself, shadow work to me is just a tool to get closer to thyself. And with me doing the type of shadow work that I do, and it's not, oh, I'm sitting on my past traumas, I reflect on them and say, hey, yesterday you did this, you wasn't your best person yesterday, tomorrow we're going to do this, and I wake up and I start that.
Okay.
You know, to me, that's shadow work.
Okay.
And that's why it's like, you know, that's why I don't disagree at all with knowing the anatomy part, because that's us. You got to know how your car works.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel there's more than one manual to learn in us, you know?
Right.
But you got to find what works for you. Sometimes it's just a terminology switch that turns us off from certain things.
Okay.
But that's all I had to say, brother.
I can vibe with that.
But
I can vibe with that type of shadow work, because I do that to myself. Like, I wake up the next day and I will say, you know what I did yesterday, I need to be better I need to be better today. I agree with that. I can do that shadow work, but I can't have the shadow work where my mom ain't give me this, my grandmother didn't give me this, because so now I'm gonna be a shitty ass husband or I'm gonna be a shitty ass father. Fuck no, I can't do that. Yeah, exactly. I'm not blaming nothing on nobody else. I'm doing this shit for me, so I got to make me better. So now I totally appreciate
that. Followed you realize how far and seen your growth from. Is it fair to say that you wasn't as educated in anatomy as you are now at one point in time?
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely, and that is a fair assessment. That is a fair, righteous assessment, my brother. That's absolutely right. And I'm trying to be better every day.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
But yeah, peace and love and gratitude, bro. Thank you for giving me some time to speak. I love what you're doing. I love the chat. Y'all just keep the positivity up in the chat. Everybody got some stuff to get off, you know, and we just got to appreciate the platform to do it. But peace and love. Love y'all, though.
Value, appreciate you more, my brother. Have an amazing one.
You as well.
Peace. Yeah, the people that you just see, the ghost writers that are in the chat, these are bot accounts, because they won't call in. The bot accounts are not going to call in. The complex cell organisms are not going to call in that are in negativity in the chat. They're not going to call in. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, I got you, Moses. So they're not going to call in. So I just want y'all to understand that, like, they're not going to call in. This is not a platform that they're going to feel comfortable with calling in with that BS. So they will sit there on the other end of that phone and literally try to distract y'all with it. I heard you, man. Peace, appreciation. Yeah, peace, appreciation, and value. Lava Kala.
Oh, before I even got on this call, some like Google Assistant.
Yeah, that Google Assistant is answering the phone call. And somebody told me that it was a man one time. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me answer the other line. Hello?
Yeah, is this Kala?
Yeah, this is Kala.
All right, you know who this is, Kenneth Brown.
All right, well, hold on, Kenneth Brown. I got another call on the other line, so let me take that call. Matter of fact, I'm gonna merge the call. When that brother's done talking, then you can talk, okay?
Okay, you just want me to hold on?
Yeah, just hold on. I got you. I'm gonna merge the call.
Okay.
All right. Peace, my brother. I know you was on the line first, and I got another caller on the line. So he's Kenneth Brown. He's not gonna say nothing. I just want to hear what you have to say now, my brother. Peace.
Oh yeah, no, I was just telling you about the Google Assistant person. I was seeing if you had them working for you or something like that. But
I don't know, brother. I don't know how the fuck that got on my phone. You know what? I'm going to Verizon Monday, and I'm gonna try to figure out how this Google shit got on here and where the phone calls are not coming straight through to my phone. I don't know how it got on this phone. I swear I don't know how it is.
It's not an Android neither. It's a real person.
It's a real person.
Yeah.
God damn. So I got a secretary and I don't even know nothing about it. God damn. Shout out to the motherfucker. Shout out to Pindar Moloch.
You want to know what they asked me?
Yeah, please tell me what they asked you.
They said, this is Google Assistant. We see that you're trying to make a call through our services. Can we ask what this call is about? So I'm like, what the hell? Like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of bugging me out. I'm like, bro, what is it? What is going on?
Wow. Yo, man, thank you, brother. I'm gonna see if I can get that off my phone. I know I can get it off. I don't know how it ended up on there in the first place.
Yeah, but that wasn't what I was calling for. That's just something I know just now. It's my first time calling you.
Respect, brother. Go ahead. Let me hear what you got to say.
Okay. Yeah, I ain't gonna take too long. But what you were talking about, that condition that you talking about that you confused with shadow work or misnomer, that's called spiraling. That's like whenever you repeat a certain situation over and over again, because in your brain you're trying to think of how you could have beat it or what you could have did different instead of just letting it go and moving on. Because as humans, we try to fight ourselves to stay the same instead of changing, because it's harder to change than it is to stay the same type time. If that makes any sense.
No, brother, it makes total sense to me. That is something that I will want you to say again, if you don't mind repeating that again. And I want most of my sisters, my mothers of humanity, to hear what he just stated, because this is one of the reasons why you're picking the same type of guy, no matter if the phenotype is different, whether he got locks or he don't have locks, but he's the same type of guy. You're picking the same type of man because you are trying to rationalize and you're trying to convince yourself, if I would have did this way, if I would have said this, then maybe he would have been this type of way. No, that's not the case. Can you say it again, brother? Appreciate you.
Okay, I said what you had like misnomered or misconstrued with shadow work was actually a mental like ordeal called spiraling. It's like when you revisit a certain situation over and over again, because in your mind, you're trying to figure what you could have did different, or if you could have beat it, instead of just accepting it and moving on and changing, because it's harder to change than it is to stay the same. And as humans, we want to stay the same no matter what, because it's like not only comfortable, it's like we're also afraid of growth. You know, a lot of people don't want to grow, and some people won't grow, not because they don't know how to or don't want to, it's because they absolutely refuse to. Like, you know how some people be like, I'm not letting shit slide. So they're going to always be fighting with themselves, because every other person is just you talking back to you, but they're not talking to you in a voice that you would like, because sometimes people rather fight instead of understand each other. You get what I'm saying? So that's what leads to a lot of fights and arguments and frustrations and challenges, because people aren't doing shadow work. People aren't going within themselves and saying, I'm to blame. I got to change. I got to be different than I was yesterday, or else everything's going to be the same. Or not even everything might not be the same, but you're going to look at everything the same. You're not going to change. You're going to always look for outsides to blame. And everything is within you. You already know everything. You just showing it back to yourself through yourself by doing shadow work. But it's not work. It's really meditation, really, you know. But it's not detrimental.
Respect to you, my brother, man. Thank you for sharing that so much. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, that's all I was calling in to say.
No doubt, my brother. Have an amazing rest of your evening.
You too.
Peace.
Bless.
Kenneth Brown.
What's up, bro? Let me say what I gotta say before I get into the long thing. Ain't gonna be that long because I know other people. You probably tired anyway. But don't you know now I'm up to 25 minutes looking the sun in his face. I did it to about 20 minutes today, but I've been doing it between 10, 15, and 20, 25 minutes, man.
That's what's up, my brother.
Straight up in the face. I ain't turned nothing, just straight up at it. 1 o'clock, 2, 3, it don't matter.
Yes.
But anyway, coming back to the shadow work. Yeah, I think you had a sister on, what day was that? A couple of days back when she was breaking it down. But I'm gonna tell you how it worked for me. Where I see it. The shadow work that I did, you know my age, I'm almost 70, but I don't look like it though. About skinny though. But anyway, what I'm getting ready to say, what it did for me, Kalai, see, what it did for me, because I was an angry man, very violent man growing up. Not only that, I was very angry. So when I really sit down, I've been in this house, I'm in this apartment, ever since I come into the knowledge, about 6 years.
Okay, hold on for 1 second. Wait, we want to stay on the subject because I got you. You said you was a very...
Yeah, I'm getting ready to come to it.
Listen, wait a minute. Hold on for 1 second, Kenneth. I want us to flow because I really want us to flow. And I think you're going to hit some good points.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to do it. Okay.
All right, so listen. So you said you were very angry, an angry man growing up, right? You were a very angry man. Now, how long have you been walking in your enlightenment?
This would be about 7 years.
So in the 7 years, right? You have you
Right.
been angry?
Yeah, at times, and I'll tell you why. Because, like they said, this moon energy that comes, they said it's going to pull up everything that from the past lives that you live. It's going to pull it up, and it's going to come out. But what I'm getting ready to say, yeah. But see, what I do, I got a format. I found out how to forgive others. It made me do a lot of things. It brought me joy. It kept me from not being angry. It kept me to see others, for who they are. It taught me awareness. It taught me so much, Kalai. Man, I'm not saying that from everybody because I was a wreck. I was on drugs. I was messed up on crack. I was out here on the street homeless. So it brought me from that area up into where I'm at now, and I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for the universe. I'm grateful for everything they speak. I learned how to be grateful and appreciate people for who they are. And what I do is try not to judge because they tell us don't judge no one. And they told me you were on the ship. The mother's on the ship because she told me this. I know she was talking to me. She said, well, I want to see y'all repeat Atlantis. I said, what you mean Atlantis? She said, well, you better go look in the sun like you do. I said, oh, she's talking to me. I ran on out the door. What she was saying is that we have to allow Source, the Source Creator, to work in our lives. We can't, because like if you watch, I know you watched it, Majestic 12, when the white guy got on and said, he said every book, in the library, in the colleges on this earth is misinformation. So what I'm saying, I believe books at a certain degree, but when you go in, mama and father or your higher self gonna deal with you. Cause I talk to the mother every day.
Right. Hold on for 1 second. Wait a second. Time out. So before we start, before we start going all over the place here, now because you said a lot of things, and more than likely, I told you I don't deal with trigger words, and I'm not saying that you're doing that, but I just don't deal with trigger words. I deal with reality. So now, when you were smoking, you was doing your drugs, and you were out in the street, right? At that time, you didn't care. You didn't care about others. You didn't care about anyone else because, inadvertently, you didn't care about yourself, right? Right. So now, when you came into this enlightenment, did you do shadow work to come into your enlightenment, or did you come into your enlightenment and started doing shadow work?
No, I didn't do that till after it was told to me to do it, because what it did for me, it freed up all the past stuff that I did, where it kept pulling up on me, and I couldn't deal with it. But now I don't do that no more, because I'm good.
Right. Listen to me. You came into your enlightenment, right? And your enlightenment told you to do shadow work, right?
No. I had to learn from, someone else that's, how they said, recommended. No, I didn't know nothing about you. I didn't know nothing until you back in the 5-6 years you came in about the ships, and I started rocking with you. Then I just started picking up knowledge and studying and going within. See, I learned all this stuff because I'm my age.
Right, but listen to me, brother. Listen to me. I want you to listen what I'm saying to you. What made you as a so-called black man decide that you no longer want to do drugs no more and look at life in a negative manner?
Homelessness.
Okay, so you were homeless, and in your internal self said, I can do better than the situation that I'm currently in, right?
No, it didn't work like that.
Okay.
Because hold on. I was addicted. That means that you're going to have withdrawals, Kalai. And so when you have withdrawals,
I'm trying to get
withdrawals of the drug.
Okay, so you were during the time that you were dealing with withdrawals from the drugs, right?
Right.
Something came over you to say that you needed to do better, that you can do better than in the situation that you were in, right? Right. And in the process of something that came over you and said that, what happened? You started doing shadow work. You started doing shadow work, and then you came into my videos. Or you didn't do shadow work then, okay?
No.
So you said you wanted to do better, and you stopped doing drugs, and you were in a rehab, and then you started cleansing yourself, right?
But I didn't go no rehab. I rehab myself from this apartment. Which you're right.
So
you have to make up the will to want to change. I get what you're saying.
Right. So that is my point where I'm going at with it. You had to make the choice yourself without sitting in anything and reflecting. You were already walking in the darkness that you was walking in. You didn't have to reflect on anything. You were walking in that darkness, and you did not like the darkness that you were walking in. So you decided that you wanted to do better. Right or wrong?
Right. It was up to me to make to want to do better, to make the change.
Absolutely. And that came before shadow work.
The shadow work, yeah.
Thank you.
You always had a twist on it. That's why I gotta watch your words, because you're very clever with them. And see, but yeah, that's part of it. But see, being my background, where I come up with all kind of stuff, when I release all that, and then I get on this video called Subconscious Your Mind, that reprogramming my mind. I'm good. I don't care about nothing. I just, walk my lane. I told everybody what to do, and I just be quiet and go on to nature and do what I do and let people live the way they want to live. If I can help you, I will, but I go on now. That's what they tell us on the ship, because they getting ready to unload these ships. I go with GFL Station, man, and them others up there in them ships, that's who I've been with. So they getting ready to do this thing. So, everybody where they at. But me, I just trying to, love everybody like they told me, and just respect people and don't judge people and go on about my way and let the third dimension go and continue to rise. Because we're at she said we was at the top of the fourth to the fifth dimension. So I'm trying to go up, man. I ain't got time for anything in this world. She said, get rid of everything, the material, everything. So that's what I'm doing now. And my mind feels free, man. It's just people trying to attack me because, I'm shining. The light is shining on me. It's tearing them apart. And they just hate me for no reason, because I'm just by myself. I don't want no woman. I don't want to be with nobody. Unless the universe, I walk through the path and find them. But I'm not out there. I'm out trying to transcend and go, into my light body. I ain't got time for this world, man. At all.
I respect that, my brother. I respect that. That's what makes you great. That's what separates you. And you shouldn't look for anyone in this world you shouldn't look for any in this world to accept you or show love to you or appreciation for what you are doing, as long as that you know that you are walking in a righteous path. That's all that matters.
Right, purpose. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you this last thing. I'm gonna hang up.
Yes.
Let you go. Man, let me tell you this, Clyde. This is crazy. I was, where I go, I go up and meditate like I did today. I go up in this park by the school, but it's way on top. I was getting ready, I was talking to the mother and father like I normally do, and I was talking to mother, and then all of a sudden on my right hand, I looked up. I seen a frog look like a lizard, man, that turned around, had two black carbon eyes, and had the Kool-Aid smile, man. I said, what is this? It was a new creature, man. I said, get off me smiling. They would just kept smiling and just left. I ain't never seen a creature like that. I said, ain't a frog supposed to be around water and pond? It wasn't no water. There's new creatures coming on this earth. People ain't. I've been seeing new butterflies and everything. I've been talking to them, man.
Yes.
So let me say this last thing. I was, had my window open to let the air in. Guess who was at the window?
What? A bird?
A praying. What do they call it? A
praying mantis. Oh, praying mantis.
I never seen them. Yeah, I was standing in the window looking at me. I said, where you come? My vibration, because all the spiders coming in the crib. Man, my vibration is so high in this house. Man, I'm hot. But yeah, Kali, I love you. I thank you, man, and for that. But that's how it helped me. And so far, it made me a better person. It made me respect myself, love myself. It made me love you. It made me not look at other, because they tell you, look at the light in the person. Don't just look at the body. Look at the light, because we're both shadow and light. Once you become shadow and light, then you become whole with yourself. So we both of them, dark and light. So she told me, I think when she did a movie yesterday, she said, stop looking at the people in light. She said it's going to be hard, but look at every individual in their soul. Just see the light in them. I said, okay, and I did it. And when my pioneer blade, like the jets keep spraying their stuff, my pioneer hit the jet. I looked at the light, it go away. I don't even have to do nothing no more now. I said, dang. Yeah, but she said we're coming into our powers, we're being activated. And, for us, I don't know if this is right, but for other races, They had DNA, means they've been sliced through animal slicing. We had DEA, deoxyuric acid. That means we come from the ether. That means that we're carbon, neurocarbon. You know what I'm saying? That's what DEA means. But DNA is where they've been sliced with animal genetics, plus with the mitochondrial gene, whatever, Yaku, whoever made them, that's how they came. But for, us, we carbon. We come from the ether, so that makes us have deoxyuric acid. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, but then, God, I'm going to let you go, because I ain't heard from you in a while. I don't try to bug you no more, because you're popular now, And I love you, brother.
Respect, my brother. Okay.
Hey, Kalai, this heat down here. This energy in this house is killing me, man. I've been burning. I've been scratching. I've been itching. I'm down the property about 1:30. Man, I lost all kind of way. I can't hold myself up, But I'm good, though. I feel good. I've been taking this monetary gold. I got this stuff. It's called parasite cleanser from all the stuff we used to eat. I got that stuff because they said that the stuff that we ate, it lay eggs. I got that. I got this heavy metal cleanser. Don't you know when my waist was gold, man?
Abundance, my brother. I'm glad that you feel that way. I'm glad you feel energetic, and you sound like you're full of vitality. So that's what's up, my brother.
Full of energy.
That's what's up, my brother.
You might get shocked because I got a lot of energy. All right, Kalai, I love you, man. I'm gonna hold it up because I don't want to be like in the chat. But I love you, man. Keep up the great work, bro.
You too, my brother. Thank you.
Remember this. Keep transcending, man. Let this world go, bro. Let everything go. Don't even argue with nobody. You got to transit like you're doing. So that's my only thing for you is keep going up, brother. Leave this world behind. Leave all that behind.
Okay, my brother. Thank you.
All right. I love you, man.
Peace, brother. All right.
All right. Peace.
All right. One of the questions in the chat was, how do I feel about money? Money means absolutely nothing to me. Money means absolutely nothing to me. I use money for exactly what it is. I ask Mother Universe and energies, the frequency, allow me to just have the money that I need to continue on in delivering the message that needs to be delivered. That's it. Money means absolutely nothing to me. In my belief, for polygyny, my women will all live in a house. Me, my children, and my women, we will all live underneath one roof. Ain't no, I need to buy you a house or pay for your apartment over there. I need to do that. Ain't none of that shit happening with me. I'm not doing none of that. Go find another dude that's into that. I'm not into that. I'm willing to take one more call on my people and I'm done tonight. But nah, I'm not into that. I'm not into that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. It's not about a believe. It's about knowing. I know that all of us need to be underneath one roof together, and we all need to be in sequence with one another. Period. So that's where I'm at with it. Money means nothing to me. Nothing. How can we be proud to own former slave owners? How could we be proud to be like, yo, I got more money than you. I got more former slave owners than you. How the fuck could we ever be proud of that? I just want to know, how could anybody be proud of that shit? Seriously, I got more former slave owners than you. What? And I was the one enslaved. Now I can see other races talking shit like that because that's their vision. They are part of that. You understand what I'm saying to you? Because they can't exist outside of that. But for us to be bragging about the very people that abused us, are you serious? No, that's not happening with me. So no. So and like I stated, that every male, just so that y'all know that, this is why the male is getting it now. Puff Daddy is just something small. Puff Daddy is just something small. I just want y'all to know that. That's why he had sex with those rituals that he was pulling. Those were rituals. Having sex with young boys, having sex with young girls, having orgies. These are the same things that was being practiced in Rome and Greece. These are the same things that he was doing with practicing. Now, I don't have nothing against his sexual preference. That's what he want to do. That's what he wants to do. But when you cause harm to your own people and perpetuate the same totalitarian system on your own people, oh no, this right now going forward, every so-called black man, and I don't give a fuck if you are a millionaire or you a nigga that's just working in the streets and you're working every day. If you're using women as an object, just a fucking object, if you're just using them, you better understand and understand what's going to come back on your ass. Period. This is not the time to be playing around with feminine energy. And it's definitely not the time for feminine energy to be playing around with masculine energy either. Don't play with us. So all the shit that, let me explain something to you. I have nothing but respect and value for Kevin Samuels. But when Kevin Samuels started talking about black men, if you're not dealing with black women and you have to seek out and go find other women, that's where Mother Universe said, wait a minute. That's why Sister Al Shahrazad is still standing strong. Y'all motherfuckers don't get it. Sister Al Shahrazad is still standing strong, baby. You know why? Because she says black people, so-called black people, should be taking care of each other. She said there is a pecking order. Man, woman, child, woman, child, man. There is a pecking order, and it's with us. See what I'm saying to you? This is why she's still ticking. And you see people coming along trying to pick up the same shit that Kevin Samuels, and they are going to fall too. Your passport bros, all that shit right there, let them go. Just so that you know, let them go. Your basketball players, your football players, let them the fuck go. You don't get it. You don't get it. The only people that glorify these people is because you want dead presidents. You want social status. That's what you want. I get nothing from YouTube. I get nothing from Instagram. I want nothing from them other than to use their platform and to deliver some enlightenment. That's it. I don't want shit from them. I get up and go to work every day. Somebody be like, you'll hear somebody on social platform like, oh, a nigga should be having his own business. And then why you think mom and grandpop's store didn't work for you? Don't get passed down. Why do you think white people businesses can get passed down through generations versus our business? And you took there talking about, well, our children don't have the same work ethic. Fuck wrong with you? You think a soul food restaurant should be open up in our community? Macaroni and cheese, fried chicken, fried fish, fucking poison ass vegetables. Do you honestly think that is something that should be fluctuating in our fucking community? Poor diet? No. It's not going to last. This is why they don't get passed down. Your corner stores are not going to get passed down. Those days are completely over. Just so that you know, and you're not getting it. You will never be able to use this world through generations to be what you call successful. It's not meant for us. And once you grasp that, once you understand that from a higher perspective, therefore you will know that we're not winning trying to be successful in this world. There is no such thing as generational wealth. There is generational health. That is the difference. See? So it's 10:27, my people. I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate the people that called in regarding the shadow work. And I want to just say this last thing when it comes to, like I said, with shadow work. And one of the brother that called up that was speaking about spiraling and repeating the same situation and trying to rationalize or trying to had the scenario play over and over in your head to try to figure out a way, if I would have did this different. Like, for example, I go to the bar and I meet a woman, and then me and this woman don't match up with one another, and I'm saying, well, I met her in the bar. If I go to the bar again, meet another woman, and because her occupation is different on the outside and what she do different on the outside doesn't mean her core values is not the same core thinking as the last girl that was inside the bar that I met. This is the problem that we have with one another. We keep trying to make we keep trying to turn shit into gold. You can't do it. It's virtually impossible. We never turn shit into gold. And whenever we tried to do it, it not only destroyed you as an individual, but us collectively as a species. Everything on this planet is identified through genetics. You wouldn't know what the difference is between a BMW and a Honda if it wasn't for its genetic makeup. And everybody knows that a fucking Mercedes is better than having a Ford Chevy, right? Because the genetics of the Mercedes is different from the genetics of the fucking Chevy. Everyone knows this. See? Everything is identified on this planet and throughout the cosmos through its genetics. And once you start to learn genetics, now you'll be able to deal with situations a lot better. For example, we wouldn't look at white people as devils. We wouldn't look at them as fucking serpents, we wouldn't look at them. I look at them as a complex cell organism that their brain is completely scrambled because they are genetically mutated with different animals, and their brain is underdeveloped. So when you understand that about that species, now you get to deal with that species differently, as opposed to you just calling them devils and calling them evil people. They're not really evil people. They can't control their emotions. They can't control their thoughts, and then in turn they can't control their emotions. That is the problem with them. And when you understand that from a genetic standpoint, you can deal with them a lot better. You will say, why would I need to act violent with a species that has been genetically spliced with something that is naturally violent? However, intellectually, this species will have a problem dealing with me. So let me deal with this individual intellectually. See? And we are afraid to be intellectual people. See? See? And then let me lay this last thing to bed, because learning genetics has to do with inwardly. So when people keep talking about shadow work deals with outside source, because if you listen to anybody that talk about genetics, should have shadow work, they always talk about it connects you back to source. It connects you back to source. Well, I am source. I'm right here. Source gave me everything that represents source right here. I have the sun, I have nature, I have the highest representation of source that gave birth to me, and I'm sleeping with the highest representation of source. I have everything I need right here to be a better angelic benevolent being. Why am I sitting there talking about something outside of me, looking for something outside of me to better me when it's right here within? So what would I do? Let me understand how the brain, everything works through electrical impulses through what you call your brain, aka synapses. And what is programmed in here is what you're going to project outside in reality. So what's programmed here through electrical impulse, light go through your eyes, it go through your pupil, it goes down the front of your spine, up the back of your spine, through your visual cortex, and through rods and cones, millions of rods and cones, it projects a image for you that you see. So you are in control of everything. No one else is. You are. See? But the moment that you take it from you and you give it to someone else, now you're going to project someone else's reality. Now you're up and down and not knowing how to continue to ascend. Those that ascend understand that there are stumbling blocks in front of you. And guess what? Majority of those stumbling blocks are family members and friends and loved ones. Majority of those stumbling blocks that come in front of you, love people that you bring inside of your circle. Other than that, you are still ascending straight forward. Guess what? You be sending up so high that sometimes the people around you will feel some type of way to think that you feel like you know it all and you're better than them. Why? Because I refuse to repeat the same patterns that you are continuing to repeat in your life. And you need something outside of you in order for you to stop repeating those same sick patterns that you hate. You hate the patterns yourself, but you need something on the outside of you to stop you from repeating those patterns because you're not strong enough mentally. That's a knock on you. No one else, not your mother, not your father, not your grandparents, no one else, not the complex cell organism. That's a knock on you. We have to take accountability individually and collectively in this motherfucking species with our species in order for us to move forward galactically. I value and appreciate all the callers that called in. Thank you so much. Everyone that's in the chat, I appreciate you. This has been another high vibrational live, and I really thank everyone that called in. And I don't knock my people with shadow work. I just don't want my star seeds, my future star seeds, the ones that are going to rebuild this world with the destruction of this 3D world. Those, though, I don't want them to constantly reflect on pain. I don't want them to constantly reflect on negative things. I want them to believe most of us had better experiences than negative experiences. So why don't we focus on the positive? Focus on the positive. You can get up, exercise. You can get up, you can get up and I don't give a fuck, take a walk, ride a bike. You understand? Learn new words. Those are positive things that are healthy for the mind. We're doing more things for the body instead of doing things for the mind. Learn to do things that operate with all three: soul, mind, and body. Learn to do things that focuses on all three. The moment that we start to separate and say, I'm just going to do what the body says, that means you're going to eat bullshit. That means you're going to start doing bullshit. You understand what I'm saying to you? Oh, I'm going to do something that says what the mind, what the spirit says. Now you so far in the spiritual realm that you forget about the physical realm. And all of them, all three work together. Soul, mind, and body is one. There is no separation. The subconscious mind is the soul. The conscious mind is the physical realm. How they break you from your subconscious mind is negatives and abusive sex. This is why raping was legal every time we were enslaved. Asian man, the Arab man, the white man. That's why raping was so prominent, because it splits your subconscious mind from your conscious mind. It pushes it further apart from one another. It's like this. This is how they work. All subconscious and conscious was together. All of this together. The more the raping and the abuse, the physical abuse, and more importantly, the raping is separated. You don't understand. There is a book called When Raping Was Legal, or when I have the book and I'm gonna read from it. It goes in depth in how deep raping was so important during slavery, because it broke the mind. It breaks you from your subconscious mind. It breaks you from you, the driver of your vehicle. And anal sex is one of the things that splits it the most. Rough sex, unwanted sex, too. Raping, unwanted sex. That is what splits your subconscious mind from your conscious mind. And now you're so focused on your conscious mind that you think you die. You listen to your fucking stomach. You have impulsivity. You're just reacting to every fucking negative thing that's around you. And you're not functioning from a higher perspective because your mind has been split. Education, your environment, fear, all of these things separate the mind from one another when it should be one whole. Man, Kala, you be on fire, Kala. And you know what? You don't even be out here calling yourself a prophet or none of things. You just be coming with that light. I value and appreciate you all. Y'all have an amazing, supreme night. Woman, child, and man, cosmos and earth, eternal light. Each one reach one. This is how we grow. I see you, my brothers and sisters. Protect yourself at all time with knowledge, sunlight, chlorophyll, distilled water, and 3D human free. Star seeds. Remember one thing: adults make the world go round. You make the sun rise and set. Everything that's happening right now is to pay homage to you. Kalam Amin Ra, God gene for life.